Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up, we finna go deep. Riding on a team, got what you need. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I hit the town, you should slide on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck. I know it's all love. Everything good. Keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Know it's all love. Know it's all love. I've been feeling like the man lately. Can't nobody do it like I can. Daily, baddest in the land. Body turn your nigga to a fanny up. I made it where I'm at on my own. Had a couple blocks in the road, but I get to the bag on the low. I be counting stacks while they grow, yeah, you know me. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I come in town, you should slide on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck. I know it's all love. Everything good. Keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Know it's all love. Know it's all love.
So many questions that I wanna ask, but I can find the reasons why. You always find a small excuse to leave. What's your excuse to make me cry? My love was lost when you came and took it all. My mind says stop, but my heart is screaming out. Don't go, just leave, no stay with me. I'm I long for that feeling. Why did it have to go away? I long for that feeling. Remember everything you said. Had to go on dreaming, dreaming. 'Cause baby, you are everywhere. I wish that you were here. 'Cause I don't want nobody else. I'm not afraid to be alone, new beginnings. I'm not afraid to overcome every feeling that I have. So take me in your arms. Yeah. 'Cause nothing can really hurt us unless we let it grow. Forget about the past. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you, no matter what I do. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you, no matter what I do. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you know it's true. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you, no matter what I do. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you know it's true. I know that feeling. We say goodbye until it hurts. I know that feeling. Stormy skies and fireworks. Yeah. But I'm not afraid to be alone, new beginnings. I'm not afraid to overcome every feeling that I have. So take me in your arms. Oh, yeah, yeah. 'Cause nothing can really hurt us unless we let it grow. Forget about the past. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you, no matter what I do. 'Cause nothing can really hurt us unless we let it grow. Forget about the past. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you, no matter what I do. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you, no matter what I do. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you know it's true. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you, no matter what I do. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you know it's true. When you know it's true. Yeah.
Love, you move too fast for me. Can catch up with the thoughts in your mind. They're everywhere, and it's hard for me to bear. 'Cause I get so lost, feel just like a boomerang. 'Cause you change your plans every day, and you don't seem to care what I think or how it affects me. Since I lay my eyes on you, my baby, I just wanna make your dreams come true, my lady. If you're low, I'll lift you up. Just let me know when it gets tough. Do you feel the way I do, my baby? Do you see me like I see you, my lady? I love you, but I don't need you. I only want true love, true love. That's the I just wanna make your dreams come true. My lady, if you're low, I'll lift you up. Just let me know when it's tough. Do you feel the way I do? My baby, do you see me like I see you? My lady, I love you, but I don't need you. I only want true love, true love.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Good evening, everybody. What up, Snuggles? Snuggles is trying to drop facts, y'all. She's trying to drop facts. I already got the stats, baby. Thank you. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, Snuggle. We're going to talk about it tonight. I'm reading the chat tonight. We're going to talk about it through the chat. SB is in the house. What up, Beasley? What up, Beasley? Shout out to the people that support me. Had a rude awakening today. People you think is supporting you ain't really supporting you. They only support you as far as you support them. One-way street. Shout out to my guy SB, Beasley for president. He's been supporting me for 20 years plus. He's been backing me up for 20 years plus. Never asked for anything in return. Miss Drea, I see you. I see you, Miss Drea. What up, Mika? Hey, Mika G. RG Purdue. RG Purdue, what up, bro? I'm glad you pulled up. Women cheat more than men. Don't at me. Ashley Benet. Hey, Ashley. Welcome to another episode of High Value Shan, where not only is Shan a high value man, so is the content. We're going to get right into it, y'all. I was intending on having this particular subject later on this month. I pushed it forward to today because we talked about a little bit of it yesterday. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. I played a video yesterday that I intended for this particular broadcast, for this particular topic. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Sexy face. Thank you, Lakeisha. Thank you, Lakeisha. Lakeisha, she makes sure. I could imagine Lakeisha's man. Lakeisha, she's very confirming. Lakeisha is very confirming. She seems to be the kind of woman that every man would want. She might not be. She might be crazy as hell. You know, some people be fronting. Some people be fronting. You get used to them and all of a sudden they switch up. But from the surface, Lakeisha seems to be very agreeable. She seems to be the kind of woman that every man would enjoy. Just from what I'm getting from her in the chat. She's always confirming. She said, "Hey, sexy face." She calls me sexy. Appreciate you, Lakeisha. That makes me feel good. You know, ladies, men like to be complimented. Ladies, men like to be complimented, believe it or not. It's not always about you. Ladies, did you know it's not always about you? Ladies, did you know that it's not always about you? Did you know that your man likes to be complimented? He enjoys that. You know, it's a trip when you got, imagine this. Me and Lakeisha has never met. She says she's not crazy. Lakeisha says she's not crazy, y'all. She might be. She seemed a little bit too good to be true. Lakeisha, you a little bit too good to be true. Lakeisha, I've never met her in life. I've never met her in person. We met online. She supports my efforts. Lakeisha supports me. She sends me, she consistently contacts me on Instagram and sends me topics to talk about over here at the podcast. She likes on my photos. She shares my stuff. She's supportive. And I don't even know her. I've never met her. What is that about? What is it about people who you don't know that support you more than the people that you do know? What is it about people that you don't know that oftentimes seem to support you more than the people you do? Thank you, Lakeisha, for being here. I appreciate you, love. Shout out to RC. C Detroit. RCC72 Detroit says a $5 super chat. That's support. Detroit soldier in the house. Shout out to RCC72 Detroit. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's more support from people that I've never met. That's more support from people that I've never met. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, RCC72 Detroit. Thank you for coming to the channel, man. And thank you for subscribing. You know, we get people that won't even subscribe to the channel. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. Like the video. Hit the thumbs up on the video. It's helpful. Do you see the thumbs up? If you're on your smartphone, you probably don't see it because you're reading the chat. Just hit the X, then hit the thumbs up, then come back to the chat. My guy Beasley for president, he just shared the video. I just got a notification on my phone that Beasley shared the video on his own page. He supported me. He's been supporting me for 20 plus years. Shout out to the people that support. Today I'm gonna be in the comments. Did you notice? If you guys can scroll to the top, I want you guys to take a vote, ladies. Ladies, there's a vote at the top. I want all the ladies to go up there and be honest. I can't see who voted for what. YouTube does not tell me who voted what. It just gives me the outcome. So you can be totally honest. Have you ever cheated while you were in a committed relationship? Sexually cheated. I'm not talking about intellectually cheating, because you know cheating is different levels. It's not always sexual. Cheating is, you could cheat a lot of different ways. It's not always it's not always sexual. It doesn't require sex. We're gonna talk about that too. You know, where's my notes at? We're gonna talk about that. Let me put in here types of cheating. We're gonna put in here types of cheating. Who cheats better too? Who cheats better? Let me move this out the way. Scroll to the top. You'll also see Snuggle. She put in some stats. We're going to talk about the stats. In fact, we're going to read a couple articles right here. Everybody always wants to know, where'd you learn that from? We're going to read a couple articles. And how is it said? How can Shannon say women cheat more than men? This is facts. You don't believe me? I'm going to read it to you. You don't believe me? I'm going to read it to you. Let me catch up, because I'm in the comments tonight, y'all. Oh, and look at Beasley even say he shared. I got the notification on my phone, SB, that you shared the broadcast. He shared the broadcast to his friends on YouTube. And then he said it over here. Ashley Benet is here. Snuggle688 is hitting us with some more stats. Lakeisha is saying, find out. Are you shooting your shot, Lakeisha? Is that you? What do you mean find out? You trying to have me fly? You want me to fly you in? Is that what you're saying? You want me to pull up? I'm not sure what that means. Find out. Beezy says smart women know how to compliment men. They do. And stroke our immense egos. Women, smart women. I got to put that up on the screen, y'all. Smart women know how to compliment men and stroke our immense egos. Smart women know how to compliment their men, because men like compliments too, ladies. Men like compliments too. That's why, hey, SB, that's why they cheat better than men, right? Square Biz is here. He says, my life has been one night stands till I got in my 40s. I'm 44 now. He's been one night stands for 40 years. Now he's 44. Last 4 years, he's changed up. Bruh man's in the house. What up, bruh man? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Snuggles 688 hit me with another super chat. She says, are men polygamous by nature? Yes or no? And are women polygamous by nature? Yes and no. And please explain your answers. Let's add that to the topics today. That's a good question. Let me put that back up on the screen. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for supporting. You always support me, Snuggles 668. Poly, is it natural for men? Question mark. Women? Question mark. We're gonna ask that question. We're gonna talk about it today. Hopefully I get the messages quickly, because I'm gonna be in the chats today, you guys. Thank you for that question, Snuggles. It's on the board. Squarebiz says, if women don't compliment you, they don't like you. That's interesting. If women do not compliment you, they don't like you. Is that true? I don't know that that's necessarily true. You know my pushback to that? There's some women that do like you and that won't compliment you, but they so hung up on themselves, they're so selfish that it's all about them, that they feel that it's competition. Women will compete against their man. Have you guys ever experienced that? Your woman competing against you? Ladies, have you experienced your man competing against you? It's like you're supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be 1-1. You're supposed to support his efforts, ladies. She's supposed to support yours. But sometimes it's lopsided. Somebody's always supporting one person's efforts, and then you look around and the other person ain't supported you one bit. And it may not necessarily be because they don't like you. It's just that they're competing against you. Maybe you get accomplishment, or you get a win, or something happens that's good for you. And then they look at it like, well, why you get that? You say, look what happened to me over here at Facebook or Instagram or something. This is what happened to me. And they look at you and they say, well, why you do that? Why, what for? And you're like, God damn. The fuck kind of response is that? What do you mean? Why me? Instead of congratulations, really? Oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Is there anything I can do to make it work, to make it easier for you, make it better? I want you to win. No, you don't get that. Instead, you get, why the fuck you do? Why they do that for you? You ever notice that? Anybody in a relationship? Is that you, maybe? Am I talking to you potentially? And you don't even know it? Bruh man's in the house, man. I appreciate your support, bro. Red Lipstick Vibes podcast is here. Red Lipstick Vibes podcast is here, y'all. I'm glad you're here. And I'm assuming you have a podcast. So please, everybody, run over to Red Lipstick Vibes podcast and follow their channel. Follow that channel. I support even people. Red Lipstick Vibes podcast is over here at my podcast right now. She's over here at my podcast supporting me. She's in she obviously subscribes, because in order to chat, you have to subscribe. And she's communicating in the chat. So yeah, I want everybody to go over and support Red Lipstick Vibes podcast. That's how it works. There's plenty of room. There's plenty for everybody. It's plenty for everybody. What up, Mr. Awesome? What up, Mr. Awesome? I'm glad to have you here, bro. Glad to see you, man. It's always good to see you. What up, Rodney Dunn? What's happening, Rodney Dunn? BL is in the house. I'm glad BL is here. BL says, Shan, that's the facts. I've had women that go out of their way not to compliment me and get in their feelings when their homegirls did. BL says he's had women not compliment him. They went out their way to not compliment him. But when their homegirls complimented him, they got salty. They got in their feelings when the homegirls complimented him on something that she should have complimented him on first. What's up with that? I wonder, I tend to believe that women do that a little bit more than men. Debate me. Sheed is here. My guy, my day one. Sheed we here is here. Sheed is my day one, y'all. Glad to have you here, bro. I'm in the comments today. Y'all. I am in the comments today. We got some things to talk about because I believe that women cheat more than men. I said the data is in. It is what it is. The women who take issue with this topic, it's probably because you're the cheater yourself. Tell the truth. Don't believe me. Pull up. If you don't believe me, pull up. Hey, Dana. Dana coming in with hugs and kisses. Dana's coming in with hugs and kisses. Hey, Dana. Dana is a supporter. She's a heavy supporter. Dana has almost 30,000 followers on YouTube, you guys. You know what an amazing accomplishment that is? You know how amazing that is to have 30,000 followers on YouTube? You know how hard it is to get a follower on YouTube? YouTube is not Instagram. You can get a follower on Instagram. You just put your ass out there. You get 10,000 followers over the weekend. You can get a lot of followers on Facebook. It's not hard. TikTok is super easy. It's easy to get 100,000 followers on TikTok. You know how difficult it is to get a follower on a subscriber at YouTube? Dana has 30,000 subscribers. Dana has been helping me and supporting me when I was under 1,000. She got 30,000. I'm under 1,000, and she's been supporting me ever since. She's been on most of my live broadcasts that ever since I've come back. Dana's been on most of my broadcasts ever since I come back. That's a supporter. I appreciate you, Dana, for pulling up. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Princess C is always here. It's good to see you, Princess. Princess says she has to calm down. What happened, Princess? Tell me about it. I want to hear about it. I want to help you. I want to help you however I can. What's going on, Princess? Square Biz. Square Biz says, I hear in my experience, the homeboys will tell you what they think is flaws. The ladies will tell you everything they like about you. Miss Parker is here. Hey, Miss Parker. You know, she's been hearing that her whole life. No, I'm sorry. She's been hearing that ever since Friday movie came out. Hey, Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker. I can't, it's hard for me not to say it when I see her in here. Thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you again. It's good to see you again, Miss Parker. Listen. I'm in the comments today. Dana says her 30,000 followers built over 3 years. That's 10,000 a year. That's nothing. Oh yeah, that's nothing? Please, girl, that's an accomplishment. You know how hard it is to get 10,000 followers in a year? You did it 30,000 in 3. That's hard to do. I know people I've been on YouTube for, I don't know how long I've been, 2012? No, I've been here since 99. I had to create a new account like 12 years later. And then this account is 2012. So this account is only 9 years old. I've been here for almost about 20 years. I've been on YouTube since the beginning of YouTube. You got 30,000 in 3 years. That's an accomplishment. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, women cheat more than men. Is it true? Is it true? Watch this video, y'all.
So I caught my wife of 11 years cheating on me. Caught her red-handed. I came out to go for a ride. I don't know what to do. It's over. It's got to be over. 11 years. There's a cornfield behind me. I think that's where this belongs. I work hard, 40, 50 hours a week. She says, you don't spend enough time with me. How am I going to take care of the family if I don't work?
He works 40, 50 hours a week, y'all. The man works 40 to 50 hours a week and has caught his wife after 11 years cheating on him. Men take it harder, don't we? Men take cheating harder. Because we're possessive. Men are possessive. Like, that's mine. Baby, that's mine. That right there is mine. That sweet thing is mine. And when you turn around and take what's mine and give it to another man, what are you doing? You're allowing another man to conquer our castle. You're allowing another man to conquer our castle. 21 Savage said it best. I'll play the video for 21 Savage too. I didn't plan on it, but when you give away what belongs to a man, it's almost like it's a dagger in the heart. And then not only do you just stab us in the heart, you twist it. You stab us and then you twist it and then you break the blade off in. You break the blade off. You stab us, twist, and then break the blade off. That's what it's like. That's what it feels like. Look at this man. 11 years in the game with his wife. And the reason why she cheat is because she said he don't spend enough time with her. How are he supposed to take care of the family? He works 40, 50 hours a week. He works 40, 50 hours a week. And so she goes and fucks Pookie. She goes to Jody. While he's at work doing what he need to do to take care of the family, she gets caught banging Pookie. While he's at work protecting and providing for her. That's the thanks he gets. It's hard. The reason I wanted to play this video because I wanted the ladies to see how hard it is when you guys cheat. I also want to talk about for high value men, is it cheating or is it exercising options? Is it cheating or is it exercising options? Take a look at this video here from 21 Savage. I'm gonna go grab that video real quick. We're gonna play that. Let me see if I can find it. Choose file. Conquered. Take a look at this video from 21 Savage, y'all.
Like your girl gonna look at it like, okay, my man conquered a woman. So it's like, yo, nigga won in the situation. Yeah. She just got hit. But in vice versa, you my queen. So if a nigga conquer you, our whole castle is now like,
it's in jeopardy.
You my queen. So if a man conquers you, if a man conquers that, if you allow another man to conquer your vagina, you allowed another man into our kingdom, ladies. Some people tend to think that cheating is the same, men and women. It's not. It's not the same. Listen to what 21 Savage says.
Your girl gonna look at it like, okay, my man conquered a woman. So it's like, yo, nigga won in the situation. Yeah. She just got hit. But in vice versa, you my queen. So if a nigga conquer you, our whole castle is now like,
it's in jeopardy.
Vulnerable.
Our shit is in jeopardy.
Once a nigga get between your legs, he can get anything else up out of you.
Once a man get between your legs, he can get anything he wants up out of you, ladies. You are usually conquered mentally. When Pookie And that's the difference. You know, see, men can blindly have sex, no feelings involved. But when a woman gets involved with somebody else, she's attached mentally. She's attached mentally. And she's allowed another man to conquer her mind and her body, even though that should belong to one other man. That should belong to her man. But she allowed Pookie to come in and conquer her mind and body. And now, as they say, he can get anything he wants.
Jeopardy.
Vulnerable.
Our shit is in jeopardy.
Once a nigga queen, so if a nigga conquer you, you
my queen.
Hit, but in vice versa, you my queen. So if a nigga conquer you, our whole castle is now like
It's in jeopardy.
Vulnerable.
Our shit is in jeopardy.
Once a nigga get between your legs, he can get anything else up out of you. He can know where I live, how I move,
my stash,
our problems we having in the house.
Nigga, fuck your spine, he got your mind.
You know what I'm saying? It's like once you get a girl in your bed, you damn near can get her to do anything you say, especially if she got a nigga. If a girl willing to risk it to get in the bed with you, she ready to do whatever you say.
Yeah, she is.
What do you guys think about think of that video?
Your girl gonna look at it like.
What do y'all think of that? Is he telling the truth? Is he telling the truth, y'all? Shout out Square Biz. Hit us off with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Square Biz. Didn't even have anything to say. Just wanted to support the channel so much. Thank you so much, Square Biz, for your support of the channel. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I appreciate people that do things that they don't have to do, but they do it anyway. He says that if a woman is conquered, the man that conquered her can typically get her to do anything he wants. I mean, think about the pimping game. Think about the pimping game. Has anybody remember the movie, the opening scene? Put your hand on the steering wheel. Baby, put your hand on the steering wheel. Mind manipulation. If a man can conquer you and you give away your body to him while you're in a relationship, everything is at jeopardy. Everything is at jeopardy. And I know you think you strong, ladies. I know you do. I know you believe in your heart of hearts that you ain't gonna be manipulated by no man. Yes, you are. I know you believe that you're in charge. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's not the case. And the reality is women cheat more than men. So let's talk about it. Snuggle 668 came in with some stats. Rodney says the Mac, Willie Dynamite, etc. Exactly. Ashley Benet says some women are more savage than men. Yes. Listen, let's take a look at some stats. Let's take a look at some stats. These are the notes I'm taking, you guys. We're going to talk about these notes. We're going to talk about them. Who cheats more? The demographics of infidelity in America, January 10th, 2018. This report was written in 2018. I got a bunch of them. Infidelity statistics. This one from Pulse. I pulled it up, y'all. What the hell is this on my screen? Get off the screen. I pulled it up from Fatherly. This one here is from the Institute of Family Studies, written in 2018. The ones after this are newer, all the way up to the most recent stats. We're going to talk about the stats. I said the stats are in. This one says the last few months of 2017 treated us to a whirlwind of news coverage on the sexual harassment and abuse in powerful men from Hollywood to Washington, D.C., falling because of sexual misconduct. It continues into the new year with Missouri Governor Eric Greitens, the latest to fall. And most of these men are married. When Time magazine picked the Silence Breakers as the 2017 Person of the Year, Few people paid attention to the other group of women negatively impacted by the fallout, the spouses of the men who engaged in inappropriate or even criminal, in some cases, sexual behavior. To these women, sexual harassment abuse means infidelity. In general, men are more likely than women to cheat. In general, men are more likely than women to cheat. 20% of men and 13% of women reported that they've had sex with someone other than their spouse while married, according to the data from the recent General Social Society. So what is Shannon talking about that women cheat more than men? What is Shannon talking about that women cheat more than men? Take a look at this chart. I was kind of not surprised to see it. You see, however, as the figure above shows, let me see if I can show you some more of this. However, as the figure above indicates, this gender gap varies by age. This gender gap varies by age among ever married adults 18 to 29. Women are slightly more likely than men to be guilty of infidelity, 11% versus 10%. If you are 18 to 30, women cheat more than men. If you are 18 to 30, there are more women cheating in 2018. We're not talking about the new stats. We haven't gotten there yet. Women 18 years old to 30 years old typically cheat more than men. And here's the cold thing about it. That's when women are in their prime. How coincidental? How coincidental that women cheat more than men when women are at their highest peak of their sexual marketplace value. When women are at their highest peak of their sexual marketplace value, that's when they cheat more. When women are their most beautiful. Ladies, let's keep it real. You're your most beautiful when you're in your mid-20s, period. You are the most beautiful you probably ever will be when you are in your mid-20s. In general. And ironically, that's when women cheat more than men. What, you thought I just typed this for clickbait? You thought I was lying when I made this title? No, women cheat more than men. Facts. Facts. And you're doing it when women are at their highest sexual marketplace value. Of course they don't cheat when they're already hit the wall. Why would a 40-year-old cheat on her? Why would she risk it? Why would a 40-year-old woman risk it? Some of these women know better. They know. I lose this dude. I might as well buy a dog and die alone. I might as well buy a dog and die alone. Women in their 40s and their 30s, they're not cheating. They're not doing that. The younger women are doing it. The younger women are doing it. The older women will not do that because they're like, shit, I got a man. I'm happy to have one. Goddamn. Woo, I'm happy to have somebody here to change that light bulb and to put a battery in my smoke detector. I am happy to have a man who will change the light bulb and put a battery in my smoke detector and protect me at all times and provide for me. I am not cheating on him. This pussy is his. This pussy is his and his alone. You know better, but the younger women do. Look at the chart, you guys. 18 to 29. This gap quickly reverses among those aged 30 to 34. Just for 4 years. 30 to 34, it switches. Bam. But 18 to 29, for 10 years, women predominantly cheat. When women are at their highest on the sexual marketplace value, when women should be getting married, when women should be paying attention to a relationship, by and large they don't because they're too busy paying attention to getting the bag these days. Women are out there trying to get their career under control and putting relationships on the back end, out there cheating and hot girl summering it for their most formidable years. They're out there hot girl summering, racking up their body count, wearing that pussy out, loosening it up, making it so nobody wants it. Making it so nobody wants it. Making it sloppy. Spending all those hot girl summer years cheating. And then you lock down and become faithful when you're in your 30s. But it switches when it comes 30 to 34 and grows wider in older age groups. Infidelity for both men and women increased during the Middle Ages. Women in their 60s report the highest rate of infidelity, 16%. But the share goes down sharply among women in their 70s and 80s. Of course it does. By comparison, the infidelity rate amongst men in their 70s is the highest. And it remains high among men into their 80s and older. Old men is out there cheating like a motherfucker. Old men is out there getting it in. The old guys, they don't give a damn about what they wife think at home. Old men don't care about what that old woman talking about. He's out there trying to get him some young tail. 70, 80-year-old man out there trying to get some young tail. He's ready to risk the pension. Because that old thing at home ain't doing anything that he wants. She don't give a damn about taking care of him no more. Y'all laughing. Y'all laughing because you thinking about the old men in your life. You thinking about your grandfather, your old uncle. You think about the old man that always catcalls. You think about the old guy across the street or the one that lives down the hall. Y'all thinking about the old people in your life, and you thinking about that old man is out there. If he could just smell it, he just wants to sniff it. Because he got to go home to that geriatric, old, stanky, rusty. Of course she don't cheat. Look at that. It died. Look at the chart, you guys. When she said, it plummets for older women. I'm sorry, ladies, that you got that to look forward to, but older men is out there they chasing young tail. Them old dudes is out there chasing young tail. Yes, RG, they got them sugar babies. Take this check. I can't take this money with me. I can't. What you want? When I die, put my money in the grave? They can't take it with them. For what? They can't take the money with them, man. They made enough of it. The fuck I'm gonna do with all this bread? My old wife, she getting ready to die with me. The fuck I'm gonna do with all this money? Yes, baby, have this money. Come over here and rub on Grandpa's balls. Come on over here and rub on Grandpa's balls. Yes, Cleaver. Yes, Cleaver Gaines. They just want to smell it, Cleaver. They just want to sniff it, Cleaver. They just want to sniff it. Look at the chart. Look at the difference. 6 to 24. 6% to 24%. That is wild. Them men is out there doing it. It says, thus the gender gap in cheating peaks amongst the oldest age groups, 80 plus, a difference of 18% points between men and women. Trend data going back to the 90s suggests that men have always been more likely than women to cheat. Even so, older men were no more likely to cheat than their younger peers in the past. In the 1990s, the infidelity rate peaked amongst men 50 to 59 at 31%, and women from age 40 to 49 at 18%. It was lower for both men and women at the older end of the age spectrum. Between 2000 and 2009, the highest rate of infidelity shifted to men 60 to 69, and women from 50 to 59, 17%. Meanwhile, the gender gap at age 80 plus increased. Now here's the thing. Now this report is from 2018. What's happened in the last 3 years? What's been happening now that Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B's been on the scene? Teaching women that they need to go out there and get a hot girl summer. What's been happening over the last few years with the slut walk? That's been indoctrinating young girls and women to go out there and be sexually liberated and screw as many men as you want. And it doesn't matter what that does to your body. It doesn't matter what it does to your mind. And women actually believe that shit. And women are actually believing that nonsense. You see, this report here, this is the infidelity statistics for 2020. This is 2 years later. Do women or men cheat more? Do women or men cheat more? Which gender cheats more? It says right here, although men in 2020, 2 years later, although men are still cheating more than women, recent data from a survey by the National Opinion Research Center at the University of Chicago says that the gender pattern is changing. 2 years later, just 2 years later, it says that the gender pattern is changing. Men are still more likely to cheat more than women, but we're closing the gap. The younger the respondents are, the higher the percentage of women who have cheated, a difference of 2.9% between women who are 18 and 24 versus men older than 65. They're comparing old men to young women and only have a 3-point difference. In 2018, women 18 to 29 were cheating more than men 18 to 29. And in 2020, 2 years later, those same women, that same demographic, that same age group has gotten worse. What is it? We're going to talk about it, you guys. We got the talking points right here. Where's those talking? We got the talking points right here. We're going to talk about the divorce rate. We're going to talk about the types of cheating and who cheats better. And is poly natural for men or is poly natural for women? We're going to talk about it, you guys. What ages cheats more? As can be seen above, the age is another factor in infidelity. Both men and women experience a surge of infidelity during their middle ages. For men, it peaks between 51 and 59. Why are old men cheating on their women? What's up with that? With 31% saying they have cheated around that age, although older than 60 is catching up. For women, older statistics say that the peak of infidelity of 18% is between 40 and 49, although now that is shifting to ages between 50 and 59. Respondents in their 70s and 80s tend to cheat less, but the infidelity rate for men still cheat at 24 to 26% when they're over 70 years old, 18% higher than that for women. The bridge is gapping. The age gap is closing. The age gap is closing, ladies and gentlemen. Women are getting it in. Women are getting it in. That last report was from 2020. Here's the first one from 2018 showing that women from 18 to 29 cheat more than men 18 to 29. It switches at age 30. Age 30 and 34, that's where we cross. That's where men cross. Men start cheating more than women once they get into their 30s. Why? Because men in their 30s are starting to realize their worth. That's why I teach young men to pay attention to getting the bag when they're in their 20s and not so much on relationships. I want women to learn how to be a wife and pay attention to relationships when she's in her 20s. The stats don't lie. The reality is women know that they are at their sexual marketplace value height in their 20s and they're cheating on men. But men do it for the rest of their lives after 30. So ladies, you guys want to gamble with that? Is that a smart bet to cheat on a man that when you know that you might hit the wall and not even get another man? You're going to fuck over the guy that loves you and show him and give him disdain and make him be skeptical and not trust you because of your hot girl summer ass in the 20s. You too fast to give him your whole body and only him your whole body. And so now when he gets into his 30s and he realizes that he's in his financial stride, when he realizes that he's at his peak, his sexual marketplace value peak, he starts saying, well, shit, I remember what you did to me when we were in our 20s. That's what's happening, ladies. Men are saying, well, I remember what you did to me. I remember how you treated me when you were in your 20s. But don't nobody want you now, huh? You think you got it like you had it in your 20s. You don't, ladies. Sorry. But he got it going on. Men in their 30s, men in their 40s got it going on. You see what I'm rocking today? Salt and pepper, baby. This is the S&P 500. Who wants this hoodie? I'll sell it. Fellas, who's out there who wants the S&P hoodie? I'll sell it. I offer this hoodie. It's salt and pepper, baby. When you get into the salt and pepper game, it's like, wait a minute. It's like, wait a minute. Yes, that's right, Dwayne. Men have long memories. Men have long memories. We remember what you did to us 10, 15 years ago. I want to make sure I'm not missing no super chats. Okay. I said I'm going to be paying attention to the chat. You guys are lighting the chat up. Y'all lighting the chat up. I'm just too busy reading and thinking and talking. Who wants to be part of the salt and pepper gang? Let me see. Let me get this together. Salt and pepper gang. S&P 500, baby. Are men going to move on and let go of the past? How dare you ask that question, Janae? Janae Nicole said, are men going to move on and let go of the past? Oh, so you want us to forget after you done fucked us over for 10 years. And now that we the shit, you want us to just say, oh, let bygones be bygones. That's what Janae is suggesting, fellas. Janae is saying, oh, that's history. You know what I realized? A lot of the arguments that I've been in with my significant others in the past, they always talk about, why are you still bringing up the past? Why is it that women want to talk about the past when it's not beneficial to them? You goddamn right I'm bringing up the past. How am I supposed to improve my future if I don't reference the past? How am I supposed to improve the future if I can't reference the past? Ladies always want us to forget the past. Let bygones be bygones when they done did some shit. Here we go with the whataboutisms. Janae's talking about, well, what about men? Men do the same thing. Women they quick to hit you with the whataboutisms. No, Janae, we talking about you. We talking about what you wrote. Are men gonna let it? No, we ain't letting nothing go. We ain't letting nothing go. Because that's what you ladies is doing. You're setting the precedents. Ladies, the fact that you cheat more than men in between 18 and 29, you're setting the precedents for how men are going to behave when they get into their 30s. Did you know that? Especially when it's a man's world. That's not very smart, if you ask me. That's not very smart, if you ask me. Then you hit us with the whataboutisms. Well, what about men? Men do it too. Lionel says, I'm quickly approaching the salt and pepper gang. I got you, Lionel. I got you from small to 5X, baby. Jet Black, S&P gang, S&P 500, salt and pepper gang. Welcome in. Welcome. Welcome. That's why I tell men, brothers, you guys just don't, young fellas, you don't know how amazing you're going to be when you get into your 40s. You don't know how amazing you're going to be when you get into your 40s, man. Look forward to it. Look forward to it. Janae says, I've never cheated, but it's good to let that hurt go. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you say so. If you say so. This report here that shows that women were cheating more from 18 to 29 by a small margin was 2018. In 2020, they did another report and they said the gap is closing even on the older ages. Women, more and more women are cheating. This report here is from this year, August 11th, 2021. August 11th, 2021. Stats that show that women cheat more than men. Women are not always victims of cheating as we have been made to believe. These stats and figures seem to be proof. This is from Pulse. Look at that. Look at that. That man is out. Look at that picture, y'all. Look at that picture. Why? Let me move I got my damn screen. Why y'all didn't tell me I had the screen up like this? Hold on. Let me switch this to widescreen. Make this smaller. Let me move myself up here. How's that? I'm sorry. Y'all didn't even say nothing. Well, I wouldn't even seen it if you was. Did somebody say BGS? BGS is in the house? You know I like it when BGS is in the house. They can't hide it from social media. BGS says they can't hide it from social media. Women never admit it. BGS says women never admit it. They can't hide it from social media. I know you're not lying. Well, I don't know you're not lying, but I believe you, Janae. Ain't no sense in lying to strangers. I didn't know. Listen. Look at that man. This is the 2000. This picture is from the 2021 report. showing that women are increasing. First of all, women already cheat more than men in their 20s. So that's the fact. The title of this video is Facts. Women in their 20s cheat more than men in their 20s, period. And it hasn't gotten any better. We cross over each other once we're in our 30s. Look at that brother coming home from work. Got his backpack, wearing his suit. Came home early because he got a promotion. Because he's busy trying to take care of that woman in the bed. And got Pookie in the bed. Pookie, bald head ass Pookie, is in the bed smashing his woman. It's happening far too often, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening far too often. What can be argued, however, is the popular perception that people have about the major perpetrators of the vile act. Many times when we hear of cheating, many are quick to link men to its commonness. And that is really understandable. The numerous cheating stories shared on social media and the internet are posted by more women than men. Women talk about it more than men. Men just suck it up. We keep it quiet. That's the thing. That's a tenet of a man. We just ball it up and keep it locked up in like a knot, especially when our woman cheat, because if a woman cheats on a man, the man feels like he's failed. That's what 21 Savage is talking about. You've conquered my goddamn kingdom. And you've allowed another man to come into my kingdom and conquer my queen. That's not something I want to tell people. I want to put that out on social media and tell everybody that my kingdom has been conquered by some fucking Pookie or Ray Ray or Jody or Tyrone. No man wants to talk about that. So that's why whenever a woman cheats, they go straight to the internet. Look at what shit we just talked about this at on Club 100 the other night with Willie when he needed to go get a break. This woman quick to talk shit about him. He just kept it quiet. He just kept it quiet. I see you, AP Health Finesse. I'm gonna pull you up in a second. I got AP Health Finesse. Is that AP? I think it's Appeal. No, AP Health Finesse. He'll explain it, but he's in the back chat. He's in the green room right now. I'm gonna pull him up in a second. We're gonna talk about this. This says, many times we hear of cheating, many are quick to link men to its commonness. And that's really understandable. The numerous cheating stories shared on social media and the internet are posted more by women than men. Seeing this, it seems that men are breaking hearts and betraying trust more than women. But is this really conclusive evidence of anything? Facts. Stats that show that women cheat more than men? Well, it certainly seems so. There's a video circulating on social media where female relationship experts tell Hafiz and Chris, the anchors of the Roommates podcast. Shout out to the Roommates. Shout out to the Roommates podcast. Love that podcast. I'm a subscriber of theirs. And that in her experience, women actually cheat more than men. That women actually cheat more than men. I should pull that up. Let me see. You know what? I'll pull it up afterwards. Let's get back to this. It is absolutely true, she says, to establish her claim that women are worse cheaters than men. When asked, she answers again with a specific yes, it is very true. Hers is not only indicting women of being more terrible at cheating than we previously thought. Recently, the results of a certain study was shared on social media, which apparently shows that Nigerian women are only second to Jamaican in the world when it comes to lying to men about the paternity of their kids. Women is out there lying about who the baby daddy is. Lying about who's the baby daddy. And the report goes on, talking about the gap closing. And then finally, the last report. This report here. They keep hitting me with these damn ads. I don't know how to get rid of this ad. It's not easy to get rid of. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm trying to get rid of this ad. It's in my way. It wasn't there before. Hold on, let me refresh the screen. There we go. Who cheats more, men or women? This is written October 14th, 2021. Fatherly.com. October 14th, 2021. That is 2 weeks ago. It's a question frequently asked. As it stands, men still tend to cheat more than women. According to information collected by the 2018 General Society, 20% of married women and 13% of married women have slept with someone other than their partner. But there's evidence the infidelity gap, the discrepancy between men and women's infidelity is closing. This isn't due to the fact that men are having fewer affairs. Rather, it has to do with the fact that women are cheating more often than men are. The gap is closing not because men are being more faithful, but that women are simply cheating more often. It's not that men are not cheating as much as they used to. It's the fact that women are catching up. Before you react, there's some questions about this largely self-reported data. It's self-reported data. Such as, do the numbers regarding who gets caught cheating align with the number of people actually cheating? Do the respondents to the surveys used by social scientists lie? Are women faster to lie about their cheating? I don't know. Ladies, are you quick to tell the truth about what your body count is? Do you even keep count anymore? Ladies, do you even keep count of your body count? Do you even tell the truth? J. Cole said, if she tells you she only has sex with 3 or 4 people, you got to multiply it by 3. Why is that something that's associated with women? That's not associated with men. Men tend to tell the truth about their sexual experiences. Men say, look, I'm a hoe, I'm a hoe. Men say, look, I had sex with X amount of women in my life. It tended to be the truth. But women somehow lie about it. You forgot about that one night stand. You forgot about that creeping that you was doing. You forgot about, you seem to forget about a whole lot of sexual experiences that you have. You don't count them. Those don't count. Ladies, those don't count. You somehow are erasing your whole facts. You're manipulating your whole facts. You know your car facts. You know when you want to buy a car, you go get the car facts. You want to see the history on the car. You want to see what accidents it's been in, any fender benders. Is it salvaged? What about the whole facts? Women, you guys are manipulating the report. You tend to manipulate your whole facts report for some reason. Why is that? You're changing the data on your whole facts. Men don't change theirs. They just keep it the same. So are you telling the truth in these damn self-reported data reports, in these polls? Nah, I would tend to think you're lying. I would tend to believe that you guys are lying because you want to think that you're more virtuous than you are. According to Tammy Nelson, a couples therapist and author of When You're the Only One Who Cheats, there's a reason to suspect that women may be not only cheating more, but also getting away with it more frequently. We don't know if more men or women are caught cheating on average, but it would make sense that women are better at hiding their affairs. This is what my man SB said. This is what Beasley for president said. He said women cheat smarter. You guys are slick and cold with your game. Boy, y'all men are just some old dumb Neanderthals when they cheat. Just dumb. Leave traces, tracks and everything. But y'all women are forensic with your shit. You guys are FBI, CIA, DEA. You guys are forensic when it comes to your cheating. Can't nobody find out. Don't nobody know. You cover all the tracks. You like a serial killer. You cover all the tracks. And the only time you get caught is if you want to get caught. She says, we don't know if more men or more women are caught cheating on average, but it would make sense that women are better at hiding their affairs, says Nelson. Traditionally, women have faced harsher punishments for cheating. They have lost their financial support, risked the loss of their children, and in some countries, even risked the loss of their lives. Now, why do men cheat? Well, men are more prone to casual and opportunistic cheating, which plays a big part in why they get caught. It's an opportunity. I mean, shit, the pussy was there. What you want me to do? Not take it? It was there. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't go there planning on that. I fell into the pussy. I slipped and fell. I tripped up and landed in some pussy. Baby, I'm sorry. I tripped and landed in some pussy. Baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It wasn't my intentions. It wasn't my intentions. Infidelity for some men is evidence of recklessness, but it's also proof that they desire. For women, however, cheating may be evidence of a more thought out plan to address perceived needs. The potential cost of being sexually reckless is otherwise too high for women. Intimate partner violence, which is 1 out of 3 women experience at some point, is often triggered by infidelity. Women, y'all getting your asses beat by these niggas that you fucking with. Women, you are more at risk on getting your ass beat by Pookie and maybe by your man after he finds out. That's why women are more careful about the cheating that they do. That doesn't stop them, though. It doesn't stop them. Sex therapist Candace Cooper Lovitz agrees with Nelson that women's ability to hide infidelity is at least somewhat adaptive. A lot of women in my practice have shared that cheating was something that you take to the grave with you because men can't handle cheating in the way that women do or are expected to, she explains. It's important to note that the emerging data suggests that the dynamic might change. The ongoing online survey conducted by the academic blog, The Truth About Deception, currently includes 61,901 women and 31,238 men. 67.3% of male cheaters reported cheating on their spouses more than once, compared to 53.5% of women. Of those, 21.5% of men were suspected of cheating, compared to 40% of women. So what does that say? So let me explain this to you guys. This says 67.3 male cheaters reported that they cheated at least once. Only 53.5% of women claim that they cheated. So on this report, where somebody can actually tell the truth, 67% of men said that they cheated, 53% of women said that they cheated. But we're also talking about women lie. They will lie. They take it to the grave. Because right here it says, of those, 21% of men were suspected of cheating, but 40%, double that. 40% of women were suspected cheating. Basically, men suspected cheating, but didn't have proof. Women suspected cheating half as much. Meaning, guys usually fessed up or got caught. Women are so cold-blooded and forensic with their shit, nobody got caught, and she's keeping that, and she's taking it to the grave. I've been with women that say, how do you know? I'll discover something. How do you know? Because that's why I made a post the other day. They weren't sorry until they got caught. Remember, most people are not sorry until they get caught. But when they get caught, it's like, damn, how did you know? And if they can guarantee that you don't know, they won't tell you. They won't be honest with you. Women will not be honest with you. So why is this important? The reality is, even though the self-reported data is saying that men cheat more than women, the odds are women are fucking lying. The odds are women are lying about their cheating. And the data is showing that women from 18 to 29 is cheating more. Listen, I'm just reporting the news. Shout out to Dwayne H. Shout out to Dwayne H for a super chat. He says BGS has a video called Top 20 Cities for Cheaters. Top 20 cities for cheaters. I don't know if BGS allow me to run his videos on my channel, so I'll have to talk to BGS before I do that. Thank you for the super chat, though, Dwayne. Dwayne hit me with a second super chat back to back, y'all. Dwayne says also have this thing called a womb imprint that many people need to research. They will be blown away. What is the womb imprint? Dwayne, you should pull up tonight. You should pull up tonight. I'm about to be done with this, and we can open up the call lines for those that want to come in. Hey, Ashley. Ashley Yvonne is here. She said, this is so interesting. Yes, the reality, and BGS is here. You know I want BGS to pull up. He might not pull up, though. BGS might be chilling. Listen, the reality is this, ladies and gentlemen. Women 18 to 29 cheat more than men, period. At least since 2018, for the last 3 years. Women 18 to 29 cheat more than men, and the gap is increasing. Women over 30 cheat less than men over 30 and older, but that gap is decreasing. The younger gap is increasing, the older gap is decreasing, and the reality is most women are probably lying about their infidelity. They won't even tell the truth when nobody even knows their name. They're just a number on a fucking poll. Take it to the grave is what you're taught. Because I get it. You might get your ass beat. I get it. You might lose your husband's. He might kick you out the house, and he's your financial support. Only just over 50% of the women contributed to the economy in America. The other 49.5% or something like. I mean, it's like 50. It's like a half a point difference. The other women do not contribute to America's economy. It's all men. Only half of the women in America contribute to the economy. The other half of women are just consumers. All you do is take. You take. And that's fine. And so the fact that you know that you taking and cheating, you shut the fuck up. You say, I ain't telling nobody that I fucked the mailman. I am not telling anybody that I'm smashing the pool boy. I am not telling anybody that I'm giving blowjobs to the pool boy. Nobody knows. Nobody knows that the mailman gets a blowjob every Tuesday. That's what ladies are saying. Ladies, you guys are lying on your reports. You're lying on your reports. That's the truth. What's up with that? Come on. What's up with that, ladies? That's the reports. I got another video for you. I want you to watch this. Take a few minutes and watch this.
Well, I caught you lying. You got mad.
I did.
Okay, and then when you got mad, you went and fucked somebody else.
I was mad at me.
Okay, but you went and fucked somebody else.
I did.
Because you got caught lying.
Yes.
And now this person is now...
I was mad at me.
Now this person is now texting you saying that he was with you actually all night.
He was not.
Okay, but so he's lying.
He is lying.
Okay.
He is lying. That's a big fat fucking lie.
He's saying last Friday night. What does Katy Perry voice mean?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's talking about.
So he's lying.
I think he was with somebody else before he got to me. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, he thinks he had sex with you all night.
He didn't.
Did you blow him near the couch?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he talked
right
That's so cringy. This is her husband interrogating her. He's cross-examining his wife after she got caught. And he said, did you blow him near the couch? She's like, yeah. Did you give him a blowjob near the sofa? She's like, yeah. But he wasn't with me all night. He only fucked me for the first half of the night. I didn't spend the night with him. Oh my God. Let's keep watching.
Walked in the door.
Okay, so wait, right when you walked in, you went out sucking his dick?
Yes.
Okay. Well.
Right when he walked in, you started sucking his dick. Yes. Fellas, I know how the men are thinking. I know how you men are thinking. I know you thinking like me right now. It's cringing that she's sitting up there with her feet up in her fucking spandex. She's a stay-at-home mom wearing her goddamn Lululemon leggings and her cute little Nikes while he's out working and slaving all goddamn day. We already know the picture. Let me back it up a little bit.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So he's lying.
I think he was with somebody else before he got to me. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, he thinks he had sex with you all night.
He didn't.
Did you blow him near the couch?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he talked
right when he walked in the door.
Okay, so wait, right when you walked in, you went out sucking his dick?
Yes.
Okay. Well, He references that. So he knows it's you.
Yeah, okay.
He's talking about being with you all night.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
We didn't leave the restaurant until 10:30. You just heard that.
Okay. Well,
there was nothing to preface that.
But she didn't say that you weren't with him as well.
Call her back. She probably won't take the call since you hung up on her, but go ahead and call her back.
Okay, now, do you feel bad at all that you...
He's about to ask her this question. This is what I want you guys to pay attention to. He's about to ask her, does she feel bad? Listen to the response.
Call her back. She probably won't take the call since you hung up on her, but go ahead and call her back.
Okay, now, do you feel bad at all that you did what you did?
Oh my God. Fuck yes, I do.
What do you feel bad about?
I feel bad that, well, for 100 different things I feel bad. Starting backwards, or starting at the end and working backwards, I felt absolutely terrible that I cheated on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you feel bad that you lied to me?
Well, I was getting there. I told you I was working from the end and going backwards.
Okay.
Did you hear how she talked to him right there? He was like, well, do you feel bad for... Well, I was getting there. I told you I was starting backwards and going forwards. That right there told me the nature of their relationship. Fellas, don't let this be you. Fellas, don't let this be you. She let him know. She got the goddamn nerve to tell him, I'm gonna tell it to you like I'm gonna tell it to you, and if you shut the fuck up, you'll hear me get there. I ain't got there yet. That's what she basically said. I ain't got that far yet. Shut up. That's the attitude that she has. She's like, basically, I was getting there. If you shut the fuck up, I wouldn't be able to do this video. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I wouldn't be able to do this video. Let's continue.
I felt absolutely terrible that I cheated on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you feel bad that you lied to me?
Well, I was getting there. I told you I was working from the end and going backwards.
Okay.
The worst thing that I've ever done is hurt you.
Okay, so when you got, so tell me more about the logic of you fucking getting caught lying, and then you go suck some other guy's dick because I caught you lying. How does that work?
So he said the reason that she went and cheated on him is because she got caught lying. Fellas, ladies, do you know somebody that does wrong and then they go and do some worse shit because they got caught for doing wrong? Who does that the most, men or women? Who gets caught doing something fucked up and then turns around and does some more fucked up shit because they got caught doing something fucked up? Tell the truth, y'all. Is that amazing? Is that mind-blowing?
So tell me more about the logic of you fucking getting caught lying, and then you go suck some other guy's dick because I caught you lying. How does that work?
Speechless.
I was an absolute whore and deserved to be treated like one. It was self-mutilation. I don't know how to behave like this.
Bye.
I couldn't wait to play this video. I couldn't wait to play this video. Women, y'all could be cold-blooded. This brother caught his wife lying about something, and then she decided to go fuck somebody else because she got caught lying about something, and then got caught fucking somebody else and is sucking his dick, giving him a blowjob right when he walks in, and has the nerve to say, well, I didn't spend the night with him. I feel absolutely horrible. Did you hear that passive-aggressive apology? Did you hear that passive-aggressive apology? Who's more passive-aggressive? Men or women? Put it in the chat. Who is more passive-aggressive? What is passive-aggressive? I'll give you the passive-aggressive apology. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Oh, I'm sorry if I made you cry. That's an aggressive apology. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Who's more passive aggressive, women or men? Who apologize less sincere? Who's not sincere when they apologize, men or women? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. I know it's going to be a little gender war in the chat. Tell the truth. Everybody, I'm here. I'm seeing women. Princess says men, women. Ashley even says women. Passive aggressive apologies. Women cheat more than men. You guys are cold-blooded with it. Y'all are cold-blooded with it. And then you got the nerve to turn around and want a divorce. And then you got the nerve to turn around and want a divorce. The type of cheating. What types of cheating is there? Let's talk about that. And I need to hold on one second. Let me pull up my chat. I want you guys to pull up if you want to. Join in on the discussion. I just put the link in the chat if you guys want to pull up. Ace Senior says micro cheating is a thing. Mansfield algorithm. MA, what up? What up, MA? What up, MA? He says women, hands down, are more passive aggressive than men. With that fake bullshit ass apologies that y'all give. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. What type of cheating is there? So there's physical cheating. Do you guys believe that cheating also includes texting? Does cheating have to be sexual? And does contact need to happen in order for it to officially be cheating? See, some people talk about those besties, those friends. Oh, he's just a friend. Oh, that's my brother. What about those work husbands? Is she cheating when she goes to work and she got a work husband? And they ain't did nothing yet. She hasn't had those panties slid to the side in the employee parking lot yet. You know, the supply closet is big enough for two. She ain't snuck off into the supply closet with her work husband yet. But just the conversation with him, is that cheating? If you out there sliding, doing some shit on the side, if you keeping company with old friends that you know would hit it if they could, is that cheating? Y'all pull up. Dana's in the back. Come on, Dana, let me pull you up real quick. Hold on. Dana's here. Dana don't. Oh, Dana got her hair done.
I know when I got my hair done today.
Dana got her hair
is it
done.
A delay?
No, it's no delay. You good. I brought you right in. I think, you know what I think? I think the delays happen when I keep people in the green room too long. But when I pull them up right away, everything is good. Dana, now listen, you got
Ecamm.
Huh?
Me and Lauren gave up on Ecamm.
Yeah, Ecamm is complicated. It's complicated. I'm a computer geek, so it's kind of easy for me, but it's complicated, and it's even difficult in some cases for me. BGS says, "Fess up, Dana." Did you come up to confess to all the cheating that you've done? What are you talking about? To what?
First of all, I came up to say I need some willpower to stay off your panels for at least 2 weeks. I be coming up here too much.
I love it. I love it.
Because I'm not about to spill the beans on my business, and it's like I'm the only one that come up. I don't see no other women that come up on a regular.
No, they don't want to come up. They don't want to come up. It's
They
you
don't
and
want to
TJ.
talk about their business.
But you are, because you're gonna tell us about your cheating with your fly hair. Ladies, let me show you guys. Let me give you guys an example, ladies. See, do you see Dana's hair? Do you see Dana's hair? I know this is completely off topic. I talked about this last week. Dana's hair is what men want.
Which is what?
Dana's hair, natural. That's your hair.
Yeah, it's my hair. I don't have.
That's your hair.
I've been grew out my perm like over 5 years ago.
No, but even still, so there's a misconception. Let me be clear about something. Men are not complaining about modifying your own hair. If you guys perm it, if you do a fucking silk press, if you curl it, if you press it, that's fine with men. We don't have no problem with that. We don't consider that unnatural simply because you get a perm. Getting a perming your own hair, I don't want you to get perms, because we know perms are bad, especially lie and whatnot. But the point is, men don't complain about you manipulating the texture or the consistency of your own hair. We have no problem with that. We have a problem when you sew up your hair in a fucking honeycomb and then you add some glue and then you start sewing in some other hair. That's what we have a problem with.
I mean,
so ladies, you see Dana's hair? You see Dana's hair? And we don't need all them goddamn inches and shit.
But I think men should stay out of women's hair.
No, because that's what we grabbing when we making love to you. We in your hair.
Weave.
No. We've had bad experiences with grabbing that. Anyways, Dana.
How many times you cheated, Shannon?
I've never cheated while I was in a relationship. Well, I've never cheated on any of my ex-wives.
I'm talking about girlfriends.
I don't really have girlfriends. I have, I've
because you said you were a hoe, so it's to avoid that all the lies. You just chose not to be in a relationship because you wanted to be a hoe.
No, because when I got into a relationship, I married him. I married the girl I was in a relationship with. Well, that was later in life. Even before that, I was in a relationship when I was in the Army. I was in a relationship when I was okay. So I've had 5 relationships in my adult years. I had a relationship in high school. We broke up after high school. I was in a relationship again right after high school. First girlfriend, her name was Katina. Second girlfriend, her name was Sharika. The third girlfriend was in the Army. Her name was I forgot my ex-girlfriend's name. It's 25 years ago, so forgive me. It was 1994 we broke up. God damn, how did I forget her name? That was my third girlfriend. My next girlfriend was my college sweetheart. I married her, and the next girlfriend after that was my ex-wife. Now, in between these women, I've had lots of sex. I've been in lots of entanglements, relationships, fuck buddies, all of that. I've had lots and lots. I don't even want to give you the number. It's embarrassing.
No, but give us a number.
But when I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship.
Was it over 100 women?
When I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. When I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. Men don't cheat and noobs don't cheat. Noobs don't cheat. Y'all didn't know?
Women cheat, but we are judged for it than men. It's very sexist and it's very biased to where you can sit up here and like you said, of course you slept with over 100 women. That's nothing. The men would cheer you on. But if a woman say that, oh my God, she's a whore, she's a slut, she's everything. So, it is a double standard. But swing it back to the cheating, I say this, yes, women do cheat probably the same amount as men and sometimes even more, but we learned it from you.
You learned what?
Yes.
What do you mean you learned it from us?
We learned it from them. Yeah, we learned it from you. All of the misbehaviors, yes, we learned it from men.
See, Dana, this is why I like you coming up here. But damn, do we got to disagree every time you come up here? Do y'all hear this bullshit? I'll be wondering, do you believe the stuff that you say? You believe that women learn?
Yes. For the most part, women, either they learned it from their fathers because the father was cheating on the mom. They learned it because they were cheated on, or men they're dated. Just the game plan that women have to deal with men. So I feel as though a lot of times when women are out here doing what men are doing as far as having randoms, because they're picking that up from the men.
Oh, yeah? Well, real quick, let me give a shout out to RCC72 Detroit. He says, what is the game that we're playing that we're cheated on? What is the game that we're playing that we're cheated on? RCC, instead of asking in the text, pull up. You always blessing the channel, man. You always blessing the channel financially. Why don't you pull up, man? I want to hear you ask that question so we can discuss it. And then I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Awesome. Mr. Awesome, this is directly to you. Mr. Awesome, this is directly to Dana. Dana, if women are learning how, who did Eve learn it from? Eve cheated. She cheated with the serpent. The serpent. What do you mean?
How do you cheat with the serpent? See, that whole statement was silly.
Okay, so then let me ask you this, Dana. What do you consider cheating? Because I believe there's levels to cheating, and I don't think cheating requires sex. But maybe I want to hear your definition of what cheating is actually. Because I know just like when men ask women how many sex partners you had, or you guys seem to forget shit. You seem to when maybe you believe cheating is something that I think it's not. So what do you believe cheating is?
No, cheating is like if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with someone, and you are physically, emotionally attached to someone other than your partner. And you're not, and you did not tell your partner is not aware of it.
So you believe that if a man is sexting, they haven't even met, but they're sexting and they're flirting through text messages with another woman, he's cheating on his girl?
Yes, that's inappropriate.
Okay. Do you believe if a man is out there doing things that maybe his woman told him not to do, but he's doing it for this other woman, is that cheating?
What do you mean? Like,
I don't know. Buying her stuff. Doing things for her.
Yeah, that
going to her house and fixing shit.
That's like you're emotionally, psychologically, financially cheating. Yeah. Why are you doing, like, is she your relative? What is she to you? Why she's just a random woman who you met and you've been talking to, and you're buying her stuff? No, that's cheating.
Just a random chick. This random chick doing shit for this random chick. Because the random chick, he likes the random chick.
Testing.
Why are you doing, like, is she?
Turn your YouTube off, RCC. You need to only be over here. You need to only be over here. This random chick.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, you good now. So Dana, so
can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. You good, RCC. So Dana, real quick. So you don't believe that the serpent who manipulated Eve was talking shit about her man and God behind their back and convinced her to eat the apple that her man told her not to eat? You don't think she cheated? You don't
first of
constitute that
all,
as
the
cheating?
Adam and Eve story is folklore. That's not real. However, the concept.
Okay, use the concept.
Yes,
let's go with
that's
the concept.
Cheating.
Okay.
That's cheating.
Got it. So then there you go. That's why Mr. Awesome said, so who did Eve learn it from? Since you're saying that women got cheating from men.
She did learn it from Adam. She learned it from Adam.
How?
Because she was upset with Adam because he was over here probably talking to a bird or flirting with a bird. And so she was like, okay, you want to flirt with birds? Then let me go deal with the serpent.
No,
And
you know what
he's
happened?
saying all these good nothings in my ear because you
No,
not
you
paying
know,
me no mind because you over here with the birds.
no. This right here is Adam. That's Adam. We watching Adam, y'all.
So I caught my
Adam was
wife
working. He
of
was in the
11
field working,
years
and he was too busy
cheating
chilling.
on
He
me.
was doing 40 to 50 hours
Caught her
in the
red-handed.
Garden of Eden. In the Garden of Eden.
I came out to go for a ride.
A white man. Okay.
I don't know what to do. It's
How
over.
much
It's got to
ass
be
did
over.
Adam smash before he caught his wife?
None. He was faithful.
Yeah, okay.
Adam
He
was
ain't telling
faithful,
that
like all black
side.
men. Like black men don't cheat. Like all black men, Adam was faithful to his woman, and she listened to that snake, and she allowed Pookie the snake get in, whisper in her ear, tell her some shit, and she went out and busted a move that she had no business. But she didn't learn nothing from Adam. That's what he was saying. What up, 100 watts? What up, RCC? Say on the matter, man. I'm glad you cammed up, man.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Wait, let me ask. Is 100 watts? You there? You're muted. Hold on. I can't hear you, bro.
Got you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Boom. Now we got you. Now we got
you. My bad. Had to switch the microphone.
It's cool. Women, listen, 100 watts. Women cheat more than men. I already brought the stats. 18 to 29, women cheat more than men. Period. And the gap it's a widening gap. Men cheat more than women 30 and over, and the gap is closing. What's your thoughts on this, bro?
I'm not opposing to that thought at all. And if we're gonna take the conversation anecdotal, you know what I'm saying, based on my personal experience, I'm not gonna push back on that idea like much at all. Excuse me. Because for myself and my personal experience, right, based on the relationships that I've had in my life, the women that I've had in my life that have cheated on me for such minor, what I would consider such a minor offense, right? So like you were just mentioning, like I'm spending you're upset with how much time I'm spending at work, right? I'm at work. The same money that I earn from the job is the same money that I utilize to take you out on these dates that you say you want me to take you on, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying for the lifestyle in which we maintain and everything like that. So I'm not pushing back on that at all. I had a question for you that I did want to ask, but RCC, when he hopped in, it looked like he had something that was on his mind that I wanted to hear from him before I asked you the question that I had.
I always have something
if that's
on my
okay
mind.
with you.
Yeah,
that's
go
okay
ahead,
with
RCC.
You, this is your
I'm
show.
glad RCC is here.
Yeah, no,
RCC,
man, I love what you're doing, man.
Thank you for that super chat, man. Thank you for that super chat, and I appreciate your continued support. I want you to ask it in real time, though. Lay it on us. Lay it on us, RCC.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, wants to say, hey, we're cheating. Cheating, implies that we're playing a game. Okay, so what game is this that we're playing?
The love game.
The love game. All right, so
the dating game. Remember the TV show, The Dating Game? I don't know. You may be too young for that.
Okay, let's go back to nature, right? The lion, the lion and the lioness, right?
All right.
Is the lion cheating on the lioness, right? Is the lioness allowed to cheat on the lion? No. That's his pride. That's his pride. Right? We've evolved, right? I get it. We've evolved, right? Women are now more empowered. They feel that they're building a kingdom. I'm empowered. I can do my thing, so I can step out. But if we go back to our reptilian brain, right? Just basic nature, right? Women essentially are wombs. They get pregnant. Okay, now you're done. So now this lion is like, okay, now who's next? Right? Genghis Khan impregnated hundreds of women. They say 1 in 5 Asians are biologically related to Genghis Khan. I mean, so where does the cheating come in? Right? We say men are dogs, right? They're going around sleeping with a bunch of other dogs. What is the woman, right? Dog that's sleeping with a lot of other dogs, right? I mean, I got no problem calling a man a dog, but call a spade a spade.
Well, you know, see, so the thing about, and we always seems to reference back to Kevin Samuels since he's been sensationalizing this whole entire seemingly gender war, especially in the black community, that high value men don't cheat. And I'm curious to hear what Dana's going to say about this. High value men don't cheat. They exercise. All right, here,
listen to this. We say I bring in $1 million. Say I bring in $1 million a year, right? Mm-hmm. And I can set a woman up with $150,000, right? A year. She would get that a year. That means I could have a mistress, an executive assistant, a nanny, and a companion. I can afford 4 wives. Not too many women, if they were making $1 million, would do that same thing. They would want to keep it for themselves.
All to themselves.
But men, they do it all the time. We just don't call it what it is. Right? Right? That woman that can't take care of those kids, they have a nanny. Right? If that woman feels like I can't manage this mansion, I need an executive assistant. Right? And if I feel like, well, okay, she's reached menopause, I don't want to have sex. Go ahead and set your lady up on the side, but you're still my companion. That's ultimately the role that a woman primarily plays, is the companion to the man. And no matter how old you get, right, so long as you maintain that companion role, the relationship can establish. And you can look the other way. Like if I'm bringing in $1 million and I got you an executive assistant to manage the house and a nanny to manage the kids. Okay, you don't want to have sex. Why can't I set up a mistress? You don't want to have sex. Menopause is coming on. You having hot flashes. You know what? Okay, now you have to be my companion. We traveling. At what point do you say, hey, you can't have that other woman? Not too many women are going to do that. Not too many men are going to sign up to do that under a woman. Right. It looked like 100 Watts was getting ready to get some pushback. All the time. We just don't call it what it is.
100 Watts, I think he wanted to say something. Go ahead, 100 Watts.
Can you hear me?
Huh? You're a little hot. Bring it down some and then go ahead.
Can you hear me right now?
Oh, yeah, you're perfect right there.
Okay, got you. I want to ask a question to the two gentlemen here before I say anything. Is it okay if I ask what you guys' ages are?
49.
72, 49.
Okay. So as a 29-year-old male, I'm sure you guys understand the importance of me finding individuals who are older than me to mentor me and guide me as I'm furthering process in my understanding of myself and just et cetera, right? You guys can understand that, correct?
You are my target demographic of brothers that I want to reach. Yes.
Got you. So here's the question that I ask. A lot of the gentlemen that I have around me right now, because I've reached another place in my life, I'm deep into entrepreneurship right now, right? And a lot of the things that I hear from these gentlemen refer to discipline in terms of their craft. So the question I have is, if you are disciplined in your craft, if you are disciplined in the things that you put in your body, why should you not be disciplined in the things that you put your penis in?
I can go. What you need to understand is, just as I explained, right? If my wife is reached menopause and she doesn't want to have sex, but yet I still enjoy spending time with her, right? Why can't I have something on the side? Melinda Gates, right? Bill Gates had a woman on the side. That's discipline. Men at a certain level, their time is valuable. You don't have time, to dilly-dallying around. So you might need, hey, okay, you're not going to do this? I got to get it done. I got to get this off. I need my head cleared. And if you're not going to satisfy that, I need to have it satisfied. I can't mess around. I'm trying to do things. And hey,
but the problem is men don't convey that. The problem is men don't convey that to their significant others. And
most women are prepared to deal with
because they're too scared to do it because it's not so much about scared. It's just the fact that, well, some may be scared, but they just don't want to deal with. She's saying, well, I want to divorce. Or if you're going to do it, then we're going to have an open relationship. Then I should be able to date if I want to, or deal with somebody else I want to. Y'all don't want.
But I'm paying you $150,000 a year.
So
you're getting $150,000 to $500,000 a year.
But that's not.
So now
that's not realistic in today's society. Nobody is majority.
Oh, really? You don't think I can afford
man?
You don't think I can afford to pay someone $150,000?
Hold on. We talking on each other. RCC, let her. RCC, hold on. RCC, hold on. Let her land her point, and then you come back.
The average man does not make $1 million a year, and a lot of men who make $1 million a year are not even trying to pay their wife $100,000 a year. However, if you do come across a man who makes $1 million and does not mind telling his wife, here goes $100K a year, but it's under these stipulations, okay, have that discussion. But they're not. And the fact is that they wouldn't even think of doing anything like that. So you're creating this narrative, or you're creating this make-believe situation as your example, and that's just not based in reality.
So you're telling me that if I'm making $100 million a year, my wife doesn't get the vast majority of that, and she's spending it all. I'm busy. I don't have time to spend that kind of money.
You're allowing your wife to spend all your money?
Yes. I would worship the ground she walked on. Yes.
That's fiscal irresponsible. The same way it's irresponsible for you to be running around here like a jackrabbit, just having to have sex to clear your mind. Like, that makes no sense.
I would expect her to be happy. And if we get divorced, she's getting half of it anyway. So
you just don't want to. You don't care. You don't care if she takes half. You don't care if she just spends all your money. So you just don't care about your money.
$100,000 is only 10% of what I'm making. That's nothing.
After taxes and after all your other expenses, after your savings and stocks and pensions,
I still would have $900,000. I'm not going to spend that money.
And then you're saying that you're going to pay for the mistress. You got to pay for her, the maid / nanny, and all these other women. So
it goes on all the time. You just don't call it what it is.
If majority of men were like that, I think it's a good portion of women that will take him up on that deal. She probably wouldn't care, and she'll be probably sleeping with the pool boy on the side. So if that's the narrative, or if that's the example that you want to display, okay.
Listen,
most women don't want to be embarrassed in front of their friends. Tell me something. Why are you letting him do that? Why you sitting here driving a Rolls Royce and your friends tell me something? Why are you letting him do that? Really? You gonna talk to them broke chicks? And when you sitting here driving a Rolls Royce,
100 watts. Let me answer your question. So you're saying basically men are pouring into you, saying, listen, this is the kind of discipline you need in your craft. In order to be a successful businessman, in order to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to have certain disciplines. You need to have a certain consistency in your daily routine to make sure that you are going to reach the pinnacle of what you're doing. And you're saying, okay, that's fine. I'll make sure I do that. But shouldn't I also have the same discipline in my sex life? The answer is yes. We call that dick discipline, right? But let me be clear, because I want to talk about what RCC is explaining. There's dick discipline. Part of the tenets of being a high value man, right? In order to be part of that club, you got to have dick discipline. But discipline is not defined by you having a lot of sex. Discipline is defined by how you're having a lot of sex. And that's what RCC is explaining. You see, if you get into a situation where you are with a woman, and as RCC said, if you're with a woman that is not having sex with you, if you get into a relationship with a woman and she's not doing the things that you want her to do sexually, I'm getting feedback, so somebody's listening. Who's that coming from? Oh, there you go. So what's happening is, if you're out there and you're dealing with a woman who's not doing the things that you want to do, it's not necessarily cheating, especially if you made that, if you've, like Dana is saying, if you've established that beforehand, because you should have the authority to be able to establish that and say that to your woman and tell her that that's part of the program. You see, when Kevin says that high value men don't cheat, they exercise their options, and they may or may not choose to do so. But it's just an option that they have. They may or may not choose to do so. Now, what you're explaining to be out there reckless with your dick, and that's what Dana was out there, just out there. No, we don't do that. We're not out there just smashing anybody. That's pookie. That's low. That's the 20% of men that's out there having all the babies. That's the baby daddy niggas on the corner in the block, bare chested, drinking 40s on the Ave. We ain't talking about those guys. Those guys they have no dick discipline. Those guys are the ones that's out there smashing whoever they're supposed to want to, having babies. When men of value are exercising their options, they're not bringing home illegitimate children.
Yes,
they're not bringing. No, they're not. Not high value.
They don't bring them home. They keep them where they're at, and they pay for them on the side. Look at Jesse
Tiger
Jackson.
Woods didn't bring home
His love child is 22 years old. Yes, from his mistress. So there are high value men who do make babies on the side.
Well, you got, but Dana. I mean, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger. The reality is, I'm saying nothing is absolute. By and large, they're not. We're not doing it. We have the discipline to make sure that we're not defiling our home like that. I'm not saying that.
I disagree with you on that. They have the discipline to make sure that they're maintaining order in their home and outside their home. Meaning, if they make a child outside of their marriage, these high value men, that child is going to be taken care of. The mother will probably sign some type of contract so they don't have to go through courts. In some situations, they are dragged to the courts, but they're making sure they're in control of the situation. And all these babies can't take care of them, not even spending time with them, just a hot mess.
Okay. By and large, that's not the case. Those are the cases that are sensationalized on the internet. Those are the few cases that we hear. Those are the cases. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they pay for
the abortion and give her $10,000 to go away.
Okay. If that's the case, that's the point. Is that it's under control. It's not out of control. You see, because I know these guys.
That's what I said. It's under control, but they're just as messy as far as cheating on their wives.
That's not messy. No,
to me, cheating is when you keeping it from your other partner. So some marriages, they know that they have an open marriage where it's verbally known to be open, and then there are some marriages to
no, because see, open marriage suggests that she can do open marriage. Dana suggests that she can do what he's doing. She can't do what he's doing.
Right.
She can't go out there and do what he's doing.
True, but some men in open marriages to where he says to her, okay, yes, I'm doing this, but you can't do it. And if you do, you won't get X, Y, and Z, or I'm taking you off this. So it's stipulations if he's trying to say that she can't even do it. Or sometimes nothing isn't even said. It's just that she knows, because the wife always knows. She's just not saying anything because what she has over here is better than getting a divorce.
Go ahead, 100 watts.
So, and this is why I come up with the question that I have, right? Based on what Dana just said. For myself personally, I can speak to in terms of, for example, as a veteran, right, trying to balance my mental health, right?
Hoorah.
And consistency is super important. And one of the phrases that I've heard quite a few times is maintain that same energy, right? So if you have that discipline in your finances, if you have that discipline in your health, if you have that discipline in your relationships with your family, why should that same discipline not be applied into your home, right? And this is where I'm coming from, because again, I do understand completely the age gap that we have here between the three of us men that are here on this panel. And Dana, I'm not saying that to disrespect you or shade you in any way, right? I'm only saying that because in order for me to understand in terms of me being a man, I need to be able to communicate with other men in terms of what it is that I'm supposed to do. Again, I mean no disrespect when I say that. That's just where I've come to be, right? So the reason I'm in this space is because if I have a mentor that's in my life that's able to do all of these things, but not be able to maintain what's inside of his home where his children are, how is it that I, as a young man receiving this information from him, how am I able to receive him the same way if he's not able to express those same disciplines in all of those aspects of his life?
Well, the reason why,
and I want to say, and if it's okay, I want to apply a little context, because there was a conversation I was having a few days ago with Lauren, I believe, and you were in comments and you were talking about reprogramming young men, right?
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to be able to hop.
Oh, was that you? Was that you?
That was me. Yes, sir. That was me. And you were talking to my father in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly, truly wanted to come here and have a conversation with you for some understanding and some balance, to understand where it is that me and you are not connecting on the message in which it is that we're
okay. So that wasn't you. That was your pops I was talking to.
So you were speaking to my father in the comments, but I was speaking on the panel when he was commenting.
Okay, I got you. All right, go ahead.
And the reason that came to be is because my father and I, we have a podcast together where we talk about a lot of the disconnects that we had, where there were some lessons that he tried, where he should have taught me, but he didn't have the opportunity, just life and things happen and all of that other stuff. So he wasn't able to teach me all of the stuff that I needed when I was in my early 20s. Because like you said, early 20s, you tell a lot of men, focus on their mission, not on relationships. Right. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to come here and just have a conversation with you so I can kind of build on my perspective and everything like that, because I just want to understand where me and you are disconnecting in terms of where my thought process is and what it is that I hear coming from your platform.
No. So 100 watts. So back to the discipline side, and the person that's giving you game, but he doesn't have the discipline to do it at home. That's where you eat the hay and spit out the sticks. Nobody's going to be able to give you 100% of everything all across the board. A lot of people can give you the best business advice, but can't transcend that into their personal life. A lot of people can give you great marriage advice, but wouldn't be able to tell you anything about how to keep a job. So with anybody that's giving you any kind of advice, you got to eat the hay and spit out, what they say now, I think they switched it now. And now it's eat the meat and spit out the bones. Oftentimes, a lot of people are going to be able to give or are going to want to tell you what to do, but not be able to show you that they can do it themselves. That's not much different than a vocal coach. I'm here in Los Angeles. Some people can't imagine that Beyonce has a vocal coach to teach her how to sing better, when the vocal coach themselves can't sing. In sports, there's a lot of football coaches, defensive coaches that themselves sucked when they played, but they can coach the hell out of somebody else. They couldn't even execute the plays that they're teaching others to do. They can't execute it themselves, but they can make sure that somebody else can do it. And that's why you have to have the gift of and the art of discernment to make sure that the information that you're hearing from whoever that's speaking to you, men like me that's pouring into you, if they don't have the discipline to do this at home, but the game that they're giving me over here in crypto, the game that they're giving me over here in entrepreneurship is spectacular. But I'm going to ignore the shit that he's doing at home because he's sloppy at home.
So if I want to ask the question, because there was men cheating and high value men exploring their options.
Yeah.
Where is that line? Is it a financial line? Is it a productive line? Is there some threshold that you have to cross between when cheating is now considered exploring your options?
It's a communication line. It's a communication with your spouse line. You know, just like Dana said, you know, you have guys that aren't communicating that with their spouse, right? That, hey, this is what's going on. The higher value, the higher you get, the more established you get, the more comfortable your wife is, the quicker she is to look the other way and say, you know what, I'm not sucking on it. Let her do that. You know? So, and there's a saying that goes, those that can't do, teach. And those that teach can't do. You know, just like you know, Shan was saying, most coaches can't perform anywhere near what the athletes can do, but they know what you're supposed to do. And that's a concept that I'm sorry. One more. We're reaching 50, right? We've already lived in our 20s, right? In your 20s, you're supposed to be trying to become the best person you can be, undistracted, physically, mentally. Once you get into your later 20s, now you're supposed to be focusing on your family, right? Now, after you've established yourself, right, if your wife, right, who has had kids, she's tired of maybe she like, you know what, okay, just go ahead, just do what you're gonna do. I can't keep up with you no more, right? That could be a progression. You could still love and being with her, that's your best companion, your best friend, but she's just not on your sexual level anymore, right? She's had kids, menopause could be kicking in. She just don't want to do it as often as you might want to, and she might just look the other way. As long as you keep it discreet, right, and you do your thing. So it's a progression in life. Like I say, right now you're in your 20s. Stay focused. Be the best person you can be, mentally and physically.
So here's a question I want to pose, right? Because here, let's apply some context. I myself am not married. I have 3 children with 2 different women, right? There are more people in this country that relate to me than what you possibly may believe whenever you read statistics. There are a lot of people that relate to what it is that I'm speaking on.
No,
right?
I know, I understand.
And I understand where stuff like that comes from, because again, as a veteran, there were so many traumas that I was dealing with. I made a lot of bad decisions in my life.
Everybody does.
A lot of bad decisions. So here's the question:
What branch of military were you in?
I was in the United States Air Force Security Forces. I was assigned to the 455th EFSF in Afghanistan.
Cool.
I did 1 tour in Afghanistan that was good enough for me to understand that I was mentally not prepared for that. I was 19 at the time in which I was deployed to Afghanistan.
Deployed.
There's a lot going on, right?
No, I understand. I was deployed at 19 too. Go ahead.
So, the question I'm asking is, I'm it's in my head. I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words. The question I'm asking you is, I'll start here. What is it that, and Shan, like I said earlier, you were commenting in when I was having a conversation, and I really wanted to be able to have a conversation with you. And I'm not to shade the rest of the, but it was you, because the comments that you were making, I really wanted to have a conversation with you. So where is it that a man's SMV is affected?
30s. You coming into it. You haven't peaked yet, brother.
And so
yeah.
So
Just
you
be
would
patient.
say that a man's no. And this is what I'm asking. So you're saying that a man's SMV is only evaluated based on his age?
Yes, because it's evaluated based on his age, because of wisdom is required. See, a lot of people seem to think people, especially the younger you are, you tend to think that wisdom and knowledge is one and the same, and it's not. So there's so many smart young men who have a lot of knowledge, who's smart as fuck. You guys have the internet. I didn't have it. You got communication methods that we didn't have. Your knowledge is stellar. You know a lot. But you know what protects that knowledge is your wisdom. I'm sorry, wisdom requires years. It requires
experience, learning from your mistakes.
It requires time for it to cultivate.
And I'm gonna be honest with you.
And you don't reach emotional maturity until your mid 40s. That means you have true dick discipline, right? And you can control. When you're in your 20s, you're freaking horny as hell. All get out. You're constantly looking for it, and it's hard to control. Once you reach emotional maturity, you can control those emotions a lot better. You've learned your mistakes. You could have. Right now, you're at a perfect position to start positioning yourself for your 40s. Build yourself physically and mentally, and then once you just be patient.
This is the reason I push back a little bit, and I can truly, honestly say that me in my 20s, I have experienced a lot more than some other black men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s have experienced their entire life.
Okay.
Right? So with that being said, this is what I'm asking you. Is there a space? Because matter of fact, here, let me frame it this way. Me and the experience that the place that I'm at in my life, if I was to walk up to Dana and I was to talk to her about making her my wife and us building something serious and everything like that, right? Mm-hmm. But at this point, she's supposed to be baby mama number 3 for me. Does that not affect my SMV?
It does. The fact that you have children does affect your SMV. It brings it lowers your value on the sexual marketplace. But here's something I want you to take into consideration, 100 watts. Right? In the Army, they said before, we do more before 8 o'clock than most people do all day. You, by age 29, say that you've done more than most 40-year-olds have done their entire life. The thing is, I'm not comparing you to them. I'm comparing you to you. You see, you say that I'm more valuable than these 40-year-olds, but I'm wondering, do you think that you'll be more valuable than you when you're 40?
Always try to become
10 years
a better
from now,
person than you were yesterday.
10 years
Become
from now,
a better
100
person
watts.
than you were yesterday.
Hold on, RC. 10 years from now, 100 watts. When you are 39, I want to have another conversation with you. I'll set it on my calendar to make sure I contact you. I'll go 10 years in advance on my Google Calendar and say, find 100 watts. Because I got people that's popping up on my calendar that I talked to 10 years ago. And I'm like, damn, I forgot I even knew this guy. I'm going to put you on my calendar. I'm going to say, hey, 100 watts, it's going to be the year 2031. And I'm going to say, hey, what you think about that conversation we had 10 years ago over on YouTube? Where you were ahead of most 40-year-olds when you were 29-year-olds, but were you ahead of yourself today? I'm going to take a wild guess and say, hell no. You see,
100%.
when you
where I was at 21 is definitely not where I'm at 29.
That's my point. So when you ask
When
you ask about the peaking of a man's sexual marketplace value, all men are not equal on this sexual marketplace. And you, brother, with your experience and despite the fact that you have 3 kids with 2 baby moms, your experience, your accomplishments, your bank account, your acceptance, you might be somebody who's above all others who are 39. Just like today, you might be above most 29-year-olds. So I don't compare you to other men. I'm comparing you to you. And that's the only reason I say that is because when I was 20, I thought I knew everything until I became 25. And then when I was 25, I said, damn, that nigga that was 20 didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But I'm good now, though. Until I became 30. And then when I got 30, I said, well, what the fuck was that 25-year-old Shannon talking about? But I got it now, though. Can't nobody tell me about taxes and insurance. I know everything now. And I'm a homeowner. Until I became 35.
Oh, yeah.
So here's a question for you. Here's a question for the two of you gentlemen, and there's someone that and that's my father right there that just hopped in here for clarity. But here's a question I want to ask to you two gentlemen that are here right now. Okay, I want to ask the question: the principles, the morals in which you were built on when you were at 21, based on where you are right now, are they the same or have they changed?
My principles.
The principles, the morals, the basis on which it is that you stand on as a man, are those different now than they were? Are they different now than what they were then at 21? I'll say 29 because that's where the age I'm at right now. Would you say that those principles and morals have changed between now to 29?
Probably slightly since I've had children, because I didn't have my first child till I was 43. But by and large, not very much. Not by the age of 29. By 21, where you first asked, I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, but yeah, my focus in principles in life, the things that I believe in, my politics changed. Politics for me as a principle.
Yeah, once you reach
is
emotional
this becoming a bros advice show? Because I thought we were talking about cheating in women.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got off topic a little bit.
We coming back, but 100 watts wants some clarity. We gonna give it to him.
Yeah, 100 watts kind of. We trying to appease him.
No, like
yes. So to answer your question,
I didn't want to
answer your question is yes.
That you were on. Okay, so
your
ideas
back
have changed.
To why men cheat, and the ultimate question is why, right? Why men cheat? Why do women cheat? And women, I think they feel that, hey, I'm empowered, I'm making money, I'm educated, I can step out. You really have to ask yourself why. Men do it because, hey, I'm bringing home the money. I'm tired. I need my head cleared. You know what? If you ain't going to do it, I can find somebody that will.
That's not why women cheat.
Why do
generalizing
why do you think women cheat?
That could be a reason in some women, but generally women cheat because they're not sexually satisfied with their current partner.
Sexually satisfied? That's not why women cheat predominantly.
How do you know?
Not because they're not sexually satisfied.
Well, what do you?
Right.
So you saying they're not sexually satisfied if they're not having sex and they're emotionally attached to someone because they're not getting from their partner that they're with.
Yeah.
So they're emotionally cheating. So that means
emotional.
Overall, they're not satisfied with their current partner in some area, and they're seeking
I agree
out.
with that. I'll concede to
Have
that.
you ever cheated? Have you ever cheated, Dana?
Technically, no.
Oh, so that's yes.
Or maybe technically, yes. Well, because he did it first, and I'm like, oh, okay, so we're doing this.
We didn't ask you who did you do tit for tat?
Because you felt empowered, not because you were sexually, not satisfied.
No, it was. I didn't feel empowered. I just felt like, okay, so now we're having an open relationship.
So I'm going to express my
as defined by who? You?
As defined by him.
Why? Because he went out and cheated. So you said, okay, I guess it's open.
Yeah, because he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to break up, and it's like, yeah, I still like you too, but I mean, if you're doing this, then, or I guess this is what we're doing.
Was he sexually satisfying you though? Was he sexually satisfying you?
And then we swung back, and it was like, okay, let's be monogamous again.
Any woman that cheats on a man that's cheating, that man is probably sexually satisfying that woman. So if he's sexually satisfying her, that can't be the reason she's cheating.
No, he cheated first.
Exactly. So if he's cheating on you,
no, he's pushing back on
sexually satisfying you.
He's pushing back on your statement that most women are cheating because they're not sexually satisfied.
Right.
That's all he's doing.
Right. So I didn't cheat on him because I wasn't sexually satisfied. I was basically saying, okay, this is what we're doing now.
But that was the reason you gave.
That was the what?
No, he was saying that's the reason you gave, but I don't know that she was attributing that to her situation. She was just saying that's what most women do, and we already.
I was sexually satisfied with him, but I was sexually satisfied with him. But in my case, he's tippy-toeing, do what he want to do. So it's like, okay, what do I want to do?
You felt empowered to step out.
No, it wasn't. I didn't felt empowered. Like I didn't felt, I have the power. No, it's like he had the power to do. It's not an empowerment thing. It's the fact that he wanted me and his snacks on the side, and it's like, okay, I still want you too, but there's some snacks over here too that I like.
See, y'all women is cold-blooded. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Dwayne H. As always, Dwayne H is giving me a $2 super chat. He said even Martin Luther King Jr. was a popcorn player. Even Martin Luther King Jr. was a player.
Hey, Shannon. He was a busy man. He needed his head clear.
Shannon, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Robert, I pulled you up to the top. Hold on, you guys.
Yeah,
hey, Robert, what's happening?
Two seconds. The real Dana, I love you, Gazelle's baby girl. Good thing. So, in the whole premise of everything, like, I'm looking at my son and I'm looking at y'all talk to him. And I'm enjoying the conversation. Y'all act like y'all can instruct them. But it's still a 29-year-old person. You know what I mean?
So everybody, let me give you guys some backstory. Let me give everybody some backstory. Over on Lauren's website, at Lauren's panel, she was having a live chat. And some brother was coming up there saying some stuff that... Huh?
You gonna do that, Paul?
Daddy looked 29 too. I didn't think that. I was like, that ain't his father.
Yeah, them is brothers. That dude, Pops is working out. Robert is working out. I can tell you that 100%. He found the fountain of youth.
Veteran, yo.
He found the fountain of youth. Oh, you know some of us vets look a mess. You know, you've been to the VA. You've been down to the VA.
I cry every time.
Man, come on now. You know that's a game. You know that's a game. Stop it.
You know, I go. So, and then Robert, I said, man, I need that's why my mission is to reprogram some of these young men, particularly in their 20s. And Robert said, what you mean reprogram? Robert said, what you talking about reprogram? Who? And I said, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've been doing that. And Robert was like, nah, you ain't reprogramming nothing. You what the fuck are you talking about? Robert came at me. He came for blood. Robert launched an offensive attack on SHAN. And I said, Robert, pull up. I go live every day. Robert's here. Robert, I said, Robert, I told him over there, I said, Robert, pull up. I go live every day. Robert said, okay, bet. I'll see you. Robert's pulling up.
I will say, you ain't been live every day. You ain't been live every day, Shannon. Let's be real.
I ain't missed a day. I had no days off. I've been live every day.
Don't play with me.
What day did I miss?
I'm on the East Coast. Nah, you on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. Just don't play with me.
Oh, okay. I've been live every single day. Robert, I reprogram young men. Programming.
But you're going to reprogram my son. You know that, right?
Hopefully. If I see a lack in him, if I was to evaluate him, if I had a message for him that he thought one thing and I believe that he should think something else that's going to be conducive to his growth, I hope I can reprogram him. Thank God he has a dad.
You think that?
Thank God he has a dad.
You think that?
Him?
What do you remember? Do you remember the conversation?
No, I don't. Remind me. Remind me.
No. Because he was talking to. Oh no, Ramon. Speak for yourself.
I was talking to Lauren, and the question that was being posed was basically in context. The conversation was basically what I was saying was that in the structure that I plan on building for my home, I as an entrepreneur want my wife to be involved in what it is that I'm building. So no matter she might be a major part, a minor part, whatever, but whatever business it is that I plan on building, she needs to be involved with. Because the premise that I had was, I don't want to hear her complaining about how much time I spend at work and not understand what that work is being applied to.
I wasn't talking to you. I teach that. I'm not sure that I was talking to you. Okay, so are you telling me basically?
But I felt like you like hit a direct shot, like you're sharpshooting. Like we're both Army, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he was talking, you sharpshooted him, and he was like, "I got to reprogram some more 20-year-olds."
I probably did.
What you did.
I would have to. You know what? To be honest with you, I talk so much on YouTube, I don't remember. And whatever I was talking about, I stand by. I wish I knew. I almost want to go pull up Lauren's page and find. I wish we knew the timestamp and we could see the chat. But here's the reality. If that's what he said, I couldn't have been talking about that. So if 100 Watts is saying that he's creating a program, which is important because so many 20-year-olds don't even have one. A lot of 20-year-olds don't even have a program. They just want to get money. We poll kids out here in Los Angeles. Like, look, man, what do you want to do? I want to be famous. Okay, how do you want to get there? I don't care. I don't care how I get there. I just want to be famous.
Because my process includes... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. So if 100 Watts is saying, I have a process and a plan, and I have what I call a program that I intend to implement in my household, and the woman that's coming in my life is going to be on my program, and I will implement her where I see her most conducive to what I got going on. All right, 100 Watts said maybe you'll be in charge of all of this, or maybe you're in charge of a little of this, or whatever it is, but you'll be part of the program. And so when things get busy, and I'm out here doing 100 hours a week, because I talk about that in my, I remember I talk about the two ships, everybody, relationships and entrepreneurship. My original space was teaching people how to be an entrepreneur. But as a result of my 2 failed marriages, I now talk about relationships, and I teach young men what not to do on the mistakes that I fucked up on. I want to make sure, hey man, don't do that, Shannon, because I fucked up doing that. So then, hold on real quick. If he's talking about, I'm going to be working so much, I don't want my wife complaining about why this is happening. She's going to know why it's happening. She's going to know, hell, she's going to be part of why it's happening. I can't imagine me giving pushback on that, but I have to go back and look at it. And then we can revisit this because I'm a damn sure go look at it. But go ahead.
So all I'm going to say, Shannon, like we ain't coming here, like I didn't come in here to like fight you. We're the same age. Like you, me, and RC, whatever his name is.
RCC.
72 babies. Yeah. We came up in the Reaganomics and all that shit. And our mama did all we had. Your mother did everything she did to make you who you are today, right? Mm-hmm. And they know some gazelles, and she looking at her phone the whole time. And I feel so bad because she wanted to be in the conversation so bad.
We'll go back to her.
Like I know. But Shannon, this is what I'm gonna say to you. Like when you sniped at my son, talk to you. A whole bunch of stuff at me. I want you to pull up the transcript. But like I said, I was trying to be respectful to you, and I was trying to say, yo, who you gonna try to how you gonna reprogram a grown man? That was the only question I ran at you. If you run it back,
no, I will. But if I recall correctly, you came back. You made it seem as if that's not what I do. You made it seem as if that's not possible to do to a 20-year-old. Because I believe that you wrote something you said something along the lines of, they're 20-something years old. They're grown men. Who are you to reprogram them? And my thought is, well, remind me.
The first thing you said was like, I do this, and I said, okay. And you try to run a resume on me, and I said, like, I'm in the military, I retired, and you was like, I did that too. You know what I mean? And Shannon, I'm not even trying to play this petty game with you, right? You're a grown ass man, and you do what you do for your people. You do it every day. I don't do it every day. Me and my son do it once a week. You know what I mean? We just put out some shit, and me and him talk. I just felt offended when you sniping at my son. That's all I'm saying to you.
Got you. All right, 100 watts. Do you remember what I said to you specifically? Was it that on that remark?
It was at the time in which I mean, for you, if you would like, I can go back and I can take a couple of screenshots or whatever. We can.
We can do it on another broadcast.
Yeah. That's later on. But basically, the premise that I was making was how the home that I plan on building, there are no free rides. So everyone that's involved in the home needs to be involved. I have a 9-year-old child right now that I have as a 20% owner in a credit repair business that I have. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My 9-year-old is sitting around learning information from me that I've been learning throughout my life, right? So the premise I was making was no free rides, having my wife be involved in my process and having her be a part of teaching the children and learning the business and understanding everything that was going on. Now, at the time in which I was talking, you were also talking about this. The comment you made was, this is exactly why I need to reprogram men in their 20s. Mm-hmm. So I think when you said this is exactly why I need to reprogram men in their 20s, might not be the exact verbiage, but that's probably what ended up.
That sounded like something that I would say. That sounds like something I would say. I need to hear exactly what you were saying again, because if you said it like you explained it now, then I'll have no problem. But if you said it some other way, see, that's the thing about it. That's the part that I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what you were saying on the broadcast. And if you were having a woman as part of your program because you have a program and you making her get in where she fits in is part. In fact, that's where I tell people where I fail. I forced my wife into something that she didn't want to do, as opposed to being a good leader, which I learned for those military men in PLDC, Primary Leadership and Development course that we all took before we became NCOs, that I didn't implement at home. And I'm like, yo, I fucked up big time by making her do something that she had no business doing, when I should have cultivated her into something that she was good at in my kingdom at Rawls Enterprises. But I didn't do that.
And this is where I'll say that I appreciate this space, because individuals like Dana, individuals like yourself, I need to be able to receive all of this information from all y'all, because I have a 9-year-old daughter, I have a 2-year-old son, I have a 2-year-old daughter. Their age range is so different from where you are in your life and where I am in my life, right? Because when we think about simply the idea of marriage, when you were my age, the idea of a marriage was a man and a woman. That's it, right? Me as a young individual in my 30s, now the idea of a marriage, it can be a man and a man, a man and a woman, a man and a woman. It can be anything. It can be a woman that identifies as a man. You see what I'm saying? So there are so many different concepts that come into marriage. So now I have to take all of that information into consideration with the information you're giving, with the children that I have coming behind me. These are kids that are below 10 years old. So I need this information in order to understand how to express this to the people that are coming behind me. So like you said, my age range.
What do you honestly, 100 watts? What do you believe? Because it's not about always taking what somebody else saying. You have to believe in something yourself and you implement that, you teach that to your children. So what is it that you believe? And that's something that you have to find within your journey, reading different things, traveling different places. And you have the military as your experience, and that's a lot of discipline and skills that you have just from the military that you could instill in your children that the average kid can, will not get from
That
their
most
parents.
black men don't have. He got
Right.
Army
So what
For
Air
me,
Force.
it's providing the understanding that what I want for my children is probably not what they want for themselves. Right?
You're 29,
So my
you said?
my oldest is 9 years old. Yes.
Yeah, because
So,
my
for
daughter.
example-
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm listening.
No, I was gonna say my daughter's 28. She'll be 29 April. So it's
Got
that.
you.
Yeah,
So
your
in
generation.
How old are
in
you,
terms of
mama?
you raising your child, in terms
Hold
of
on,
you raising your
mama,
child
mama,
versus
mama.
your grandchild,
Mama.
those are two different ideas.
Right.
How
Well,
old are
and
you,
that's what I'm saying.
Dana?
But wait,
Dana.
your generation. Yeah. I get why you're asking these type of questions and saying the things you're saying, because your generation is completely different to where is, first of all, it's so much, you have access to so much information from when you were born. You were born into the internet. You were born into cell phones. To whereas my generation and older, we were not. That came later. So we knew how to operate in society without all this high speed technology, which I believe is an advantage for us. So, and then you also have social media, Facebook, Instagram, with all this influence. And then you have all this stuff with LGBT and non binary, all these different labels. So it's like, okay, yeah, what do I believe, or what do I accept or not accept, or, listen to? Not is and I got very diversified mentally that sometimes it kind of, you kind of miss certain steps. I just say that because
This is why I definitely wanted to run into Shan. I wanted to be able to bounce some of the questions that I have off of the people that are here on this panel, because like we were to like the gap between us is so large. Like the information that's passed between your gap and my gap, the information itself.
I tell you this,
so
for instance,
large.
I'll give you a quick example to where I don't believe in raising non-gender children. If you are born with a penis, you're going to be raised as a boy. If you are born with a vagina, you're going to be raised as a girl. When you become an adult and you want to change, that's your business. You are grown. You're out my house, but I'm always going to refer to you as what I named you or whatever. We could have that discussion when you're long and grown. My daughter, she's Muslim, so she don't raise her kids that way. But the fact is that she accepts that ideology. She does respect people that do. She has friends that raise their kids that way. She cannot raise her kids that way via the religion. However, she sympathizes with it. And that's the difference between her and I. I wasn't raised that way. And we didn't have that growing up. But your generation, you are exposed to all that. I don't understand raising your children to be non-gender, but apparently it's a thing. So,
and this is part of what I'm talking about, because Shan said that I'm the perfect person for him to be able to speak to. Mm-hmm. My son is 20 years
almost out. You're almost out the game.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm basically, what's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to receive information from RCC. I'm supposed to receive information from SHAN. I'm supposed to receive information from my father and disseminate that into my own process and teach my son, right? Yep. So teaching my son, that process doesn't, for some of you gentlemen that are here on this panel, those things that I was bringing up, that's not part of you guys' process in terms of what you guys are, the information you're passing, the thought process that you guys have. So with that being considered, that's why I come on to these spaces and I push back on the ideas, because I'm just trying to gather the information to help us all come together. Because at the end of the day, for me, the only objective, like my primary objective, I want to be able to raise the median income from a black man, because the last time I looked at it, the average income of a black man is $37,000. Yep. The average income of an Asian man in America is $87,000. We're talking about a difference of $50,000. Mm-hmm. Right? So my objective is being able to raise the median income of a black man. That's where my mind is at. So understanding that there are so many different elements that are involved. We're talking about cheating. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about men treating women and all these other things. But there are so many things that I have to filter through that you guys at your age and your process in life are probably not even concerned about.
Well,
so that's why I come onto these spaces and have these conversations.
Well, I have an 8 and a 9-year-old, so I can sympathize with you to a certain degree, right? And ultimately, you want to support your kids in whatever they want to do. Now, this whole gender thing is a whole other ball game, but if I grew up playing football and my kid likes soccer, I need to support his desire to play soccer, not try to force him to play football because I was good at it. And that's what you got to find, what's best, what your kids love, and pour your resources into that so that they can become the best person they can be, not the best person you want them to be. And ultimately that comes down to building yourself mentally and physically, and for your kids, right? You want your kids to be strong mentally and physically. You don't want them to be easily influenced.
So with that being said, if we're going to tie this back into the question that was asked, when it comes to cheating, the lessons I need to teach my son, I personally feel like discipline is one of those things that I'm teaching my son right now. That's really what I feel like I need to be teaching my son is discipline. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're making 60,000, 100,000 or 1.5 a year. If you don't have the discipline to control yourself, then what are we talking about? Because if we're going to be honest, if we're going to be honest, what you were talking about, you said you were talking about setting up a fund for your side chick. These men aren't talking to their wife, talking about they have a side chick.
I'm not saying that I would encourage anybody to do that. I'm just saying that's a
yes,
reason why
I'm
saying that's a reason why some of the higher value men do it, because they don't have time, and it's more convenient for me to have an apartment downtown than for me to go hang out at a strip club and try and hook up with some chick. So I'm not saying that's
why men ain't thinking about doing all that extra stuff.
Yeah, so that's why you as a coach, right? If I'm the coach, right, you got to listen to, hey, what did the coach tell me to do? Just because he's doing that, don't mean I should be doing that. Coach said do this.
Coach said real quick. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I got to give a shout out to Dwayne H for the super chat. I don't want to get too far. He said it's been said that Sister Betty X cheated on Malcolm X because she said they were sexually compatible. Is that a rumor, Dwayne H, or is that facts? Sister Betty X cheated on Malcolm X because she was sexually compatible? She was being sexually compatible with the person she cheated with? I don't know nothing about that. I don't want to touch that. Dwayne H be coming with some
don't disrespect Sister Betty Shabazz. Rest in peace.
Go ahead and land your thought, 100 watts. I interrupt, but I had to get that out there.
No, it looked like he had his hand up. My father had his hand up in the corner.
Like he had something. What up, Robert?
I just say, like, my son is like, me and my son fight 100% every day. We're 20 years apart every day. So would I fight with him to say, and I'd be like, hey, don't do that. It's gonna fuck you up. He do it. And then I gotta fucking accept it. You know what I mean? Shannon, you laughing because you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, you can't control these children, man. 100% of it. And I love my child so much. I love him. That's my oldest child.
Yeah, but you know what? At the same time, he's military. So he has a perspective, and he's a military. He's a combat vet.
He got a little discipline about him.
So and then that also means he could be a little pompous in his stance because he knows that he knows what majority 29-year-old brothers don't know, despite the children and all that kind of stuff, the baby moms.
Right.
He's seen a few things. And so if he's pushing back on you, he's pushing back on you from a perspective that a lot of other 29-year-olds aren't. See, I would venture to say that he's probably not Pookie that I'm really trying to get at. First of all, he's 29, so in a year.
Shannon. So look, we're gonna go to the S&P, the salt and pepper part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what you did to my son when he was talking, I know I want to promote your salt and pepper. I heard it. I looked at you for a minute. Real life, Shannon. I'm not even trying to shit on your shit. Real life. When you signed on my son, I felt like you were sharpshooting.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my son, hey, we gotta get this nigga. Real life. Cause you know what? I raised pit bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Pit bulls. Get that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Get you.
Blue.
You feel me? Yeah. You know what it is. So I feel like you was shady on your shit. Don't sharpshoot on the side. Catch a nigga on the back end and be like, hey dog, you good? What you did was like snipe him in front of a bunch of people, and you made him look shady.
I got to go back and see what I said. If he said something that I don't align with, because I want to rehab this conversation. I want to rehab.
I'm definitely down for it.
Email me and we'll do that. We'll do that
podcast. I'm
so
definitely. Hey, look, I tune into your show on a regular basis. I tune into your show on a regular basis. Today was just the first time that I decided to hop on.
Stop talking. I'm trying to flirt. Dana.
I'm trying to holler at Dana. Dana's only
gazelles, girl.
Yeah, Dana's 44.
Are these not gazelles?
44.
You look good in them gazelles, baby girl.
Hey,
y'all in the same city.
You don't know what city I live in, Shannon. New York.
NBA.
Dana, he's in Virginia. You in Philly.
I'm not in Philly. You got my city all mixed up, Shannon.
I ride up there.
I'm not in Virginia.
Out there in the city.
What part of Virginia?
Richmond part.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. We make connections here. We make connections here at High Value.
In the Valley of the White.
I'm trying to catch the red eye on the West Coast.
What? What'd she say?
I'm sorry. I was low key kind of changing the subject a little bit. I wanted to ask RCC because he had you said you had children closer to the age range of my oldest. The boys and girls, just girls, boys. How is that?
Son 9, daughter 8.
I'm sorry. One more time. You were breaking up just a little bit.
My son's 9. My daughter's 8.
Okay, got you. So, in terms of the teachings that you give your children, are they different in terms of cheating, fidelity within your relationship and stuff like that?
An 8-year-old has no business knowing anything about sex.
No. I got you. And I'm not talking about the age in which they're at right now, because there is a point where you're gonna have to have the sex talk with them and everything like that, right?
My daughter is not allowed to date until she gets married.
That's Generation X for you, baby.
This nigga, hold on, I want to say this nigga's real.
That's Generation X for you. That's Gen X. That's how we talk. You can't date until you married. When you get married, then you can start dating.
And when he comes over, I'm gonna help him dig a hole in the backyard and tell him this is where you're gonna be if anything happens to my daughter.
So your thought process on your son.
What if he cheats on your daughter? You gonna put him in that hole?
Same content.
Hey, if he's making $1 million a year, right? She needs to know her place.
Okay, he's making $200K a year. You gonna
he
put him
can't
in a
afford.
hole?
He can't afford multiple women. And for every $150,000 you make, you get another woman. If you bringing in $300,000, if you bringing in $300,000 or $500,000, and she keeping 10% of everything you make, and she gets 30% if y'all split up, and you can still afford it, she needs to know her place. She already said she didn't want to do anything when she grow up. I told her you better make sure you can manage that house.
Can I say that
she's 8?
A lot of the thought process.
Wait till she becomes 14 and 15.
Yeah, a lot of the thought process that I have that I'm building on right now is.
Wait, hold on, you guys. Hold on.
Detroit, I want you to give me a call when she gets in high school at 15, so I can help you through those high school years.
I am a realist, and I understand that. But I'm saying I don't condone her dating until she gets married.
Yeah, it's tongue in cheek. Go ahead, Watts.
And part of why I posed the question that I had is because a lot of people build their the ideas that they have in terms of cheating and not cheating and exploring your options and stuff like that. I hear a lot of times talking about, well, my granddaddy and such and woo woo woo. For example, General Motors is a factory that doesn't operate anymore. So the older gentlemen that were operating on $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, guaranteed in a union contract, and all of these things where their money was squared away, that situation is not the same as what it is right now in 2021. So that's why I just want to say, for the record, Shan, I appreciate the opportunity of being able to come talk to you today, because today is not going to be the only time that I push back on some of the things that I hear from you, just because I'm trying to grow and develop and become smarter. So there's some times where you're going to come up here and you're going to say some stuff that makes zero sense to me. And I'm just going to have to be able to ask some questions to be able to elaborate.
Every time I say something that don't make sense, pull up.
Because the idea to say that a man at $300,000 a year is now deserving of a side female versus a man who makes 67, and I'm only going based on what RC just said, right? Because he said if you can make the 30% and the 150 and all of that, everything he just said, right? So like to base the thing that you can get away with based on how much money you make, if that's gonna be the premise, the gentleman that is in the NFL that just got arrested for the DUI and all of that other stuff, he should be able to get away with it because he makes multi-million dollars a year.
100 watts. What you don't understand is that this goes on every day. We just don't realize it and we don't acknowledge it. There are several religions that openly condone multiple wives.
Would you agree or disagree with me when I say that we as an African American culture have been stepped on for quite an amount of time because we lack a certain level of discipline within ourselves and our community?
Sexually?
Would you? No. Just would you agree or disagree that our community has been stepped on because we lack a certain level of discipline?
Discipline in what regard though?
I'm asking the question. In terms of discipline, would you agree or disagree that we lack discipline and that's why we stepped on? As a matter of fact, here's a specific example. There's a lot of times where you hear Black Lives Matter and we set up these protests, but people are still out purchasing those same products. We don't have the discipline to be able to step away from buying stuff. So with that is a small minor aspect in our community when it comes to what we spend our money on. Would you agree or disagree with me when it's said that our community has been stepped on because we lack a certain level of discipline? Would you agree or disagree with that?
Disagree. I disagree with the fact that we have a lack of discipline. Solidarity, I agree. We don't have any solidarity. Consistency, I think we have a major issue with. Discipline, Black people have been disciplined. Oh, I think we're okay in that category. We just been disparaged so much. They've done a number on us. And so when you say discipline, and I know you, that's why I was saying, were you talking sexually? Were you talking in terms of work ethic? You know, are you talking in terms of smoking dope? Are you talking in terms of gang banging? You know, I'm here in LA. I'm right on, I'm on 48th and 6th Ave. So when it comes to, so if we're just saying by and large discipline, the Black community, is the Black community undisciplined by and large? I'd say no, that's not the case. We are disciplined people who have been led astray, who have no solidarity. We don't have a common program amongst us. There's no Black Constitution in America.
So that would mean we're undisciplined right now. We're not disciplined.
Thank you, Dana.
As of now,
we're not real Dana with the gazelles.
Discipline in what regard?
Well,
we're not
if by and large,
we're not disciplined
because I asked the question. Because I asked
economically, we're not disciplined with our family. So we're not disciplined. At one point, maybe yeah, but now no.
Go ahead, Watts. You was getting ready to say something.
because I asked.
I'm about to pull something up. I'm over here pulling something up. Go ahead.
Got you, please. The reason I asked that question is because, like she just said, as a man, as a man who has children with two separate women, I understand the effect that has on our community. That has a lasting effect on our community. When me and individuals like myself that have the thought process that I did 2, 3, 4 years ago, the thought process that I had 2, 3, and 4 years ago is the same process that many of the people in our community still have right now to this day, and it's a lack of discipline. I'm sorry.
What thought process is that?
If we're gonna simplify it, just the lack of surviving the day and not worrying about tomorrow.
Okay. So you wasn't really planning for your future.
Yeah, we don't do that, but that's what Asian people do. I like one story I tell people all the time is after Hiroshima was bombed, after the United States dropped a bomb on Hiroshima, what did the Japanese do? They decided to not fight back. Instead, they started buying up all our property. Next thing you know, we sold Motown. Asians thought long term. Black people think short term. We think about today. We think about right now. That's why we
now. Okay,
yeah,
and I got you.
But Shannon,
you said you're from LA.
Can I pause? Mom, give me a second. So Shannon, do you think the Asian people took the humble real quick? Back in the day, the Asian people took the humble. They took the humble, right? They say you bombed our land. We don't argue no more.
Well, I wouldn't call it humble. They started playing chess. Them Asian folks started playing chess.
Come on, Shannon. Oh, look, Shannon. Look, let's play a game. You prefer chess or dominoes?
Ooh, damn. Because I'm a cold piece in both of them. But I'll roll with chess. I prefer chess over dominoes.
Okay, so all right, one more.
Your audio cut out. Your AirPods is adjusting the audio. I didn't hear you. What you say?
Do you think you're more disciplined now, 100 watts? Have you learned to be more disciplined now?
I am one in even if I go back 12 months, I am 100% more disciplined now than I was a year ago, 2 years ago, even 3 years ago.
Well, and that's great, and that's the part of life. Like, so you don't need to always seek somebody else's opinion. It's good to seek out certain people to kind of chime in and listen to and grab from, but ultimately you need to realize, okay, it's called accountability that we all need to do. What is it that I need to work on? I'm working on it.
But the part that I don't want to dismiss, and I agree with, I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you. The part that I don't want to dismiss is because I know where I was at in my mental space. There are a lot of people that come from the same city that I was born in Newport News, Virginia. Okay, there are a lot of people that come from that same place that I was born in, that their mentality is so small. The discipline level that they have.
Small?
And the reason I have these conversations is because I understand that I step out as a separation from the group. My thought process, the things that I've experienced in my life, the things that I praise in my life, the things that I want in my life, is different than a large group of the individuals that I graduated high school with. Just that small group alone. The individuals I graduated high school with, my thought process is so different than so many of those men that were in that group with me, that I understand how it's just life happens. People make decisions based on just trying to survive the day.
No, yeah.
So listen. Right here, we're getting off a topic. We're getting off a topic, and we're gonna end up going all night. I don't want to do that. You guys was asking me about the black community. Is the black community disciplined in large? And what I wanted to look up was the actual definition of discipline. It says the practice of training people to obey rules and code of behavior. Do black people have a code of behavior, and then do we use punishment to correct those who are disobedient? Do black people, by and large, have a code of behavior? Do we have a culture? Do black people have a culture that when you see or say something, you can say that's black? Is there a discipline amongst us as a people And then if you do something that's antiquated, that goes against that code of behavior or goes against that culture, there's some sort of punishment, or basically you lose your black card. Somebody sees what you're doing. That ain't really, what the fuck you got going on? Black people don't do that. When somebody shoots up somebody, right. When somebody shoots up somebody, we say, well, who the fuck is that? We know they wasn't black.
I want to jump in quick before the gazelles get on. The real Dana, because she want to be in the conversation. You look cute tonight, mama. But anyway, Shannon.
Shots fired.
You're definitely right. Because look, say it like this, like, dude, right? You're a dark-skinned dude. People have perceptions on the whole thing, right? You're a gruff dude. I'm an intellectual dude, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how people feel it. So I'm gonna run my lane. Lane. Today we're gonna move everybody forward by what we say or what we do, because we got different perspectives. I remember Jake's had a book, Instinct.
I haven't read it.
Instinct. He was just saying, like, elephants think on a different perspective, and ants think on a different perspective, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's what you see. It's what you see at your level. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's no like on anything. It's all a whole bunch of ways we can make something happen.
To answer your question,
that's a question. It has to do with the topic, though. Have you been cheated on?
Me?
Yes.
Who's she talking to?
No,
yes.
100. Yeah.
Yes.
Was it one of the baby mamas or?
Yes.
Oh shit! She said a baby mama. A baby mama cheated on you?
Yes.
Which one?
Real Dana, why was that important?
The
Real
last
Dana,
one or both
hold
of
on.
them?
Why was that important?
Is that why y'all broke up?
No, stop. Don't answer no question, Ramon. Real
That's
Dana,
the
why is
topic.
that important?
That's the topic tonight.
Before the first one or the second one. That's why I'm going to ask you.
Is that why y'all broke up? Is that you left her because of that?
First one or the second one, why does that matter to you? Answer my question.
Because that's the topic. That's the topic. The topic wasn't for you to come on here and discuss whatever you want to discuss.
To answer your
with
question,
Shannon. The topic is women cheat. Why do women cheat?
To answer your question, the first one did. Yes, she did. That's what I can right now here in front of you having this conversation say, yes, I have the information to back up saying yes, she does. Now, whether the second one did, I didn't even care to go into all of that. That's not even where I was at. But for me to be in the place that I was at when the first one did cross me the way that she did, it put me in a space emotionally that caused me to make the bad decision. And for the record, I'm not blaming her for me making the decisions that I did. However, with the context that I have now, with the way that the first one treated me, I ended up reacting in a certain way that caused me to end up having a third child. If that makes sense.
I think I said, ladies, you guys are setting the precedent, especially in your 20s, as to how men are operating later on in life. But go ahead.
And that's why I said honestly, when I listen to you talk, about 90% of what you say, I agree with. There are small points here and there where I just want to talk to you and push back on, just because I'm just trying to grow and develop and understand my place and everything it is I'm trying to do. So
10%
it's
of
probably
it is fuck that nigga Shannon.
It's about 10-15% of it that I try and push back on just for my personal self. Now, if we're gonna talk about a community, we can talk for 7 hours if we're gonna talk about what we need to do as a community. Questions I have is all based on myself because I can only control the information I give to my children. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what I'm focusing on.
Did the first mother of your child, did she want to come back to you after you found out she cheated and you broke up with her? Did she say, oh, baby, take me back?
If I'm going to be honest with you, if I called her right now and I said, hey, we can make this work, I'm pretty sure she'd be ready to make that move.
Yes. 65% of women, 65% of women who filed divorce regret it.
Especially considering
probably 80%
the information.
Of women.
Yeah, especially considering the information that I know about what she's been experiencing since we and her have split up. I'm pretty sure if I called her right now and told her, yo, we can make this work right now, she'd be ready to make it happen.
The streets ain't friendly for ladies. You know that, Dane.
Wait, did you marry the first one or no?
I did. However, I will definitely admit
That's
that
what I
the
thought
reason
you did. Military men, I tend to marry easily.
yeah. And that the reasoning for us getting married was not a legitimate reason for us to get married. At the time when we did get married, I like they dropped orders on me and said, you're gonna go to Afghanistan. You're gonna be in Afghanistan within 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And with all the training and everything that I was receiving, it's like, hey, you're possibly gonna die, and the only way for your child to receive this benefits is if you're right. So that's what a lot of people.
No, but so this is why I'm getting at as far as the cheating and the women, because she was young too, two young people, but she, like you said, if you call her up and said, let's work it out, she'd be like, yes, because now she's a little bit older and she realized, wait a minute, because you have benefits, y'all veterans, y'all have a lot of benefits, y'all, and usually men I know that was in the military that, that are not mentally harmed or whatever, or physically, like when y'all have flourishing businesses because you have a very disciplined work ethic. So yeah, and going back to the women cheating, whatever the reason is, women tend to realize, they made a mistake, they want to come back. So that's why I was asking you that. That tends to be the case, especially in your situation. I think you're too hard on yourself.
And that's why I was agreeing with Shan when he was talking about the whole Adam and Eve thing and all of that and everything like that.
That was somebody
like,
sent to the super chat.
That was craziness. That was a little deep digging. You know what I'm saying? That went a little deep, but I can understand that concept because if I'm doing all of this work, if I'm doing everything that it is to provide, and you're having this small problem, because the biggest problem that we were having was the amount of time that I spent at home. When you're in the military, you don't have that option. If your commander calls you and says, yo, I need you in formation in 1 hour, you need to be in formation in 1 hour. It don't matter if you had a dinner date set. It don't matter if y'all had plans for the weekend. None of that matters. If your commander calls you and says you need to be in formation, you need to be there. So as my wife, there was supposed to be an understanding of, hey, this is what you signed up for. Hold me down.
Would you remarry?
At this point in my life, I'm gonna say it's gonna have to look real good in order for me to do that. I'm not gonna say no, but in order for me to be able to do that, it's gonna have to make sense.
You did say she would have to be in your program as far as involved in your business and stuff.
100%, because I'm not stopping my mission for nobody.
That's why I can't imagine myself. I got to go back and play the video, because if you said that, bro, I wouldn't have been long. I need to reprogram these young men. You either said something different than that, or you said something else on a whole totally different topic that I probably didn't agree on. But if you said that, I would have been in there praising you.
Here's what I also understand. Whenever I go to somebody else's platform, I don't try to overspeak or get too deep or give these long explanations or nothing like that. I try to give you my premise, I give you my idea or pose my question, and I step back and I try to learn from you, because this is your platform, not mine. That was Lauren's platform that I was on. I just wanted to pose something and throw it out there for the panel and have her speak on it and something like that. My thought process, anybody that wants to, you can go onto my YouTube and I have videos from 2015 on there. You know what I'm saying? My thought process has probably changed a little, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't go onto someone else's platform and try and press my ideas. I have a question, I want to ask you, let's talk about it, and I'm moving on.
Got it. So look, I've been missing all the chats over here. Y'all been talking. Anton is in here. I didn't know Anton pulled up. I hate that I missed him.
I think he had the same show as your title tonight too. Earlier.
He did.
I think because I seen it and it said women cheat or something like that, something with cheating and stuff. It was similar. But
did he?
For the record, tonight was difficult because you went live, Anton went live, I went live. Like, I was trying to tune into your show. I went live today. Anton was like, I was trying to get both of y'all today. Like, it was.
I started late.
I don't know what happened.
I started late. Because my schedule is what I want to do is I want to go Monday, Wednesdays in the evening at 5, Tuesday, Thursdays in the morning, and Fridays is up for grabs. That's kind of like my thought process. I really haven't planned that out. Even tonight's topic about women cheating, I wanted to do that later this month, but because of what we talked about yesterday, and I played that one clip yesterday, I went ahead and pushed it forward to today. I didn't know Anton talked about it today. I subscribe to Anton. I support him on both his channels, his personal Anton Daniels and his Millionaire Mindset channel. But I didn't know that he talked about that tonight. So, I mean, but shout out to him and shout out to you, Watts, for pulling up and coming up and talking. I'm surprised Dana ain't. No, Dana, you go in the mornings, though, right? With you go live in the mornings normally, right?
No, I go live Thursdays at night and Sunday evening. And if I go live, it's usually in the evening. I do uploads during the afternoon and the late afternoon.
Either way, I'm glad all of y'all pulled up, man. I'm glad Anton came. I'm glad all these wonderful people, Miss Parker's here, and BL and Janae and Lakeisha and so many other people. I know I'm not mentioning your names like Mr. Awesome and stuff. And Janae, I'm glad you guys came. My guy, Manosphere Algorithm, he pulled off. He probably stepped out, so I'm not sure. But I did want to ask this before we go. I think Kevin Samuels is live right now. He should be. I think this is his schedule.
I'm about to hop into that.
He's talking about. But here's a question for you guys. Polyamorous. Do you think it's natural for men? I see. So there's normal and there's natural. So normal is what we're conditioned to be, what society tells us to be, what we're indoctrinated with since childhood. That's normal. That's what becomes normal. Then you got what's natural, right? And a lot of times what's normal goes against what's natural. That's why we have a lot of pushback on women, people like me who say women should be fit, feminine, friendly. Should be fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. And that should be their main goal. Whereas a lot of people say women don't need to worry about that shit. They just need to get the bag and get the education. I believe that women are natural nurturers. Whereas a lot of people saying, don't worry about children right now. Have your kids when you're 30. Not you, Dana. I ain't coming at you. Have your kids when you're 30. Forget geriatric pregnancy. Forget complications. Have them kids later on. I don't think that's natural for women. I mean, hell, the menstrual cycle starts around 14. The whole reason why the menstrual cycle is starting is to let you know that you can now have children. So I don't want you to wait 15 more years to start doing it. Here's the thing. Polyamorous. Is it natural for men? And this question was asked in a super chat earlier today. Is it natural for men to be polyamorous? Is it natural for men to be polyamorous? Is it natural for women to be polyamorous? I'm going to ask you, Dana, first. What do you think?
I would say yes, because especially more so for men. First of all, the whole thing of monogamous, that's a European westernized term, especially here in America, because you always have to abstract history into it, because history, society kind of dictates the way we live and our certain morals or whatever. But anyway, it's not natural to just be with one person. That's just not natural for a man or a woman. But the concept is more easy, and not so much easier, to where I would say more acceptable or just more natural for a man, because men are providing for all of these different women. So when we look at society throughout history, you look at it, men are the hunters and women, always take care of the village and a home. So if he has multiple women, he's providing protection from them, from the wolves and the lions, just protection overall. So it's different, because if I'm a woman and some women today, a modern term for polyamory is more for modern times, because women, you can have a boyfriend here, but you can't protect none of them. You're talking about a relationship, but you have more than one woman in your relationship. A man could protect more than one woman. A woman cannot protect and provide for not one man, but definitely not multiple men. So I'm just having multiple men for relationships, sexually, emotionally, but not for the basic necessities. To whereas men, you could have multiple women and offer them the basic necessities of life and physically and emotionally. So you do have the upper hand with that. But I think it's a natural thing.
Women can't have two babies at one time. Only one baby coming at a
Have
time.
two babies at one time. Whereas men, you could have 4 women pregnant at the same time, or however many women. So, but as long as you can provide for all of them. So yeah, so you do have that step up. Now for me, I don't, and then some people practice it today and it works for them, to where the woman is, in a relationship with that man and he has other women and she doesn't have another man. But that personally wouldn't work for me. But I think that is something natural.
What do you think, Watts? You believe that it's natural for men to be polyamorous, to be one man to be with more than, forget society, forget the current government, forget what we think is cool in America. Let's just go natural men, a male human being. Is it natural for him to be polyamorous? He can have more than one woman, or is men naturally need to be one woman and one woman only?
I think as long as a man is willing to stand on his square and hold it solid, he can hold down more than one household. I think a lot of women become monogamous based on default. The reason I say that is because a lot of women were raised by single mothers who have either taught their daughters to either do everything they can by one man, or hear from the women that raised them that men are trash, they're not here for you, these other kind of things, right? The reason I say that is because, like we were just talking about, a woman, if she gets pregnant, she can only have one man's child. If a man gets 3 different women pregnant, he can step his game up and provide and pull in more money to take care of all 3 of those women and those children. There's nothing a woman can do to carry another man's child while she's already pregnant. That's to put it into simple form, that's exactly how I think about it.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to RCC. RCC, what happened? You was up here and you disappeared on us. Not sure what happened to you, bro. RCC hit us with a $20 super chat. Everybody knows that the $20 super chats get a gift card. RCC, shoot us another email to superchat@shannonrawls.com. Make sure you send it to superchat@shannonrawls.com, and my staff will make sure they get that gift card to you. RCC says, wife number 1, companion, be a joy to spend time with. Men can hire if need be. Wife number 4, mistress, freaking the sheets. Wife number 2, executive assistant. Oh, I think he put it out of order, or it came across out of order. So wife number 1 is the companion, be a joy to spend time with. Wife number 2 is the executive assistant, manage the house. Wife number 3 is the nanny, give birth and raise his legacy. And wife number 4 is mistress, freaking the sheets.
Detroit is in his own fantasy land, honey. Ain't no high value man doing all that.
If I'm gonna be honest, you talking about 4 different women. If I'm gonna be honest, that means that you didn't pick the first person right.
There's several men who are millionaires. One of them, he ain't giving a woman 100. He ain't giving a woman $20K a year. The other one, who is married, yes, he does have outside relations because his wife ain't giving him none. But he doesn't say that to his wife. But he's not having.
RCC says that number 1 is the woman he hangs out with. Number 2 handles the house. Shan? Number 3 gives birth to his legacy, and number 4 is his freak. That's what RCC says.
Can I ask you, as an individual who's truly coming for you for knowledge and wisdom and everything like that, do you really think that it's possible for a man to truly be able to balance more than? I'll give him 2, because 4 is wild. 2, more than 2. Do you really think that it's possible for a man to manage more than 2 women and 40 hours a week in terms of maintaining a sustainable household for both of these women?
So if he's filthy rich, let me answer your question. Do I believe that if he's filthy rich and he's in what you the part that makes my decision, what you're asking, I mean, the part that gives you my answer based on what you're saying is the 40 hours a week, which means you're talking modern times. The answer is no. No. RCC is my guy. RCC is my guy. And I let him speak, but I don't believe RCC. I don't think RCC is giving a realistic example of modern times.
And that's why I said 4 is crazy. 2.
Now, if we were talking, 200 years ago. If we were talking horse and carriage, buggies, a farm, if we're talking about, you know, the motherland, living out in the bush, yes, absolutely. 4 is probably average. But today in America, for modern women in a modern relationship where there's modern times and modern income, modern communication, modern thoughts, modern thinking. It's not
That's
happening.
not gotta be modern woman. You go to any other country, they're not. No.
Oh, they have that. They do that in other countries. They do that in other countries where living isn't as complicated as it is in America.
What country?
Uganda. All day long.
They do what?
All day long.
They have 4 wives?
Yes.
They're Muslim. Because they're probably Muslim, yeah.
Well, no, they are. I'm not talking. I'm just. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's no, but it's not. One is not the nanny. One is not the executive. One is not the freak.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I know. That's why I said that there's one part that says why this ain't reality, and one part that says
I think what you're saying, right? Detroit. I don't know. He's taking us over the rainbow right now, like to the Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listen, Detroit, he's telling you how he's gonna rock down. He's gonna rock when he
ain't no way in
that
hell. I'm just the one that's gonna be birthing the babies and raising the kids. But you got her
go ahead, Watts.
Having fun.
Watts, go ahead.
To some more recent context. Do you think that it would be possible for LeBron James to be the individual that he is and maintain more than I'll say 2, because I'll give you 2. More than 2. Does LeBron James have the ability to be who he is and maintain more than 2 women?
No. You don't even have to finish the sentence. You don't have to finish the question. The answer is no. 4 women in modern times is just. I think that's beyond the scope of reality. I think RCC is my guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
4 is wild. That's crazy.
I'm
talking about 2. I'm talking about 2. Do you think he has the ability to be who he is in the NBA and manage 2 women in his life?
Oh, you talking as a celebrity in America?
4 is bananas. 4 is too much. I'm talking about
okay.
2.
So here's the reality. Now here's the reality. Let me explain this. This is to support RCC's point. The economics is usually the threshold. The economics, the money, the income, the ability to take care of, the ability to provide and protect is usually the threshold that matters. It's not about can I talk to them and make them feel good, have sex with them enough. It ain't about that. It's about the fact, can I take care of? That's where the dowry and all that other kind of stuff came. Can I take care of 4 women? LeBron James has the ability to take care of 4 women, but it's beyond the scope of reality for modern times. It doesn't make any sense. And he damn sure wouldn't be the man. He wouldn't be the man that he would be today if he had 2. 2 is too much for a celebrity.
Wives?
Yes.
Detroit saying he's trying to come back up. So he said, let me up. But I don't know if he's having a problem coming up. I mean, but has LeBron cheated on his wife before and after they got married? Definitely before, and I don't know about after.
I didn't bring him up for any of that. I was just speaking in terms of someone who's in a place in terms of celebrity and finances, who is he is clearly able to maintain in terms of finances. He's well able to take care of 2 women. If he wanted 2 women, it's like he can financially take care of both of them. No questions asked.
It's not hard to do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
I
LeBron, no questions asked. Okay, LeBron is good. I'm just saying, in terms of you being a man who is focused on your mission and focused on your purpose, how are you legitimately able to balance 2 women? Because here's why I asked that. Because we know that women are more involved with conversation. They're more involved with emotion. They want to be able to go out on dates, and they want to text, and they want to talk, and they want to do all that on the phone. How are you going to balance practice and doing all of that with 2 separate women, plus managing your finances? You got commercials and all this other stuff as LeBron James, again, as my example. How can you balance all of that and still be based in the principles in which you set for yourself?
But Watts, here's the thing. So what you're saying is basically, how can men cheat? The answer is it can be done. Because what you're saying is he's too busy to have 2 wives, and these men that are similar to. No NBA player should have any time to cheat, and we both know that that's not the case. They got time to cheat. Shit, they got time to multi-cheat. They got time to. We know. I know women here in LA. I know women here in LA that's living over in Beverlywood. That's being paid. Their whole setup is paid for by NBA players. That's training over in Marina Del Rey, but living with their wives. But she's set up over here. The reality is, I get what you're saying. You're too fucking busy. You got to travel. You got to practice. You got to focus on the next game. You got investments. You got to make decisions. You got to see what checks are getting written. You got to audit your fucking accountant. Make sure he's not stealing money. You got to make sure that the Porsche is getting its registration done. You got assistants. You got all this shit going on. How you gonna have two wives? The answer to that is. If you're too busy to have two wives, you should be too busy to have one wife and cheat with anybody else. But the answer, men find time to cheat. They find time to cheat on their wife, then they'll have the time to have two wives. In fact, it'd be a lot easier. It takes more effort and fucking brain power to cheat and have a wife than to have two wives who's on the same sheet of music.
And here's why I'm gonna take time and process what it is that you're saying, because I was literally just on my show today talking about how men sometimes simply are just looking to catch them one. It's not emotional stuff, it's nothing. They're just trying to catch one so they can move on and continue their day, right? And I'm just trying not to be vulgar on your show here, because I don't know what your, you know what I'm saying, your monetization and everything like that.
Fuck men shit, are just damn, trying to, bitch, hole. You can say what you want.
Okay, there are some men that are just trying to catch a nut. So based on what you're saying right now makes complete sense. There are men that are simply just trying to catch a nut. But again, to speak anecdotally for myself, based on the principles, the disciplines that have been put within me in terms of my military experience and just life in whole, some of those things to me just don't sound appealing. You are willing to upset, because to me, like, if we're going to talk about marriage, that means that you pick this one particular person in your life who you feel like you can build with for the rest of your life. Because in those vows, it says, till death do we part. Mm-hmm. So when you pick this one person for marriage, that means that you are willing to put in the discipline and the work to focus on building this, not outside of that. So when you don't have the discipline to focus on that, but you have the discipline to be at work at 6 o'clock every morning, you have the discipline to be at the gym 5 days a week. You have the discipline to get your meal prep done every Monday morning. You have the discipline to make sure you have all your employees at work on time, but you don't have the discipline to not fuck the side chick.
Yeah, well, no, some men don't. Some men don't, and if they don't have dick discipline, they're not, in my eyes, considered high value. They're not part of the club. But, you know, that's the case. Think about Donald Sterling. Do you remember Donald Sterling? 100 watts? You know who Donald Sterling is?
The NBA owner?
The NBA
owner of the LA Clippers. And the female showed up. She was bringing the black people to the game. And he told her, don't bring them to the game. And
yeah. She was, that was his girlfriend. He claimed her as his girl. He might as well had a whole nother wife. He's the goddamn owner of the Clippers. He got property up in the Diamond. We call it on Beverly Hills is Rodeo, Wilshire, and it's Rodeo, Wilshire, and I think it's Camden Drive. So Rodeo Drive, Wilshire Boulevard, and Camden Drive. It's shaped like a diamond. They call it the Diamond. He got one of the biggest buildings. Donald Sterling has one of the biggest buildings over there. That man is busy. It can be done. I'm just saying that it's not in the scope of reality.
His wife had a conversation about that?
No. Oh, wait. Behind closed doors. Yes, she knew.
Yes.
She knew.
No. Wait. Time out. Wait a minute. I believe there is a difference between the wife knowing and the wife having a conversation with her husband about it.
I'm sure they had that
conversation.
She of course she did. No different than Bill Gates had a conversation with Melinda Gates about his annual vacations with his ex-girlfriend. Yes.
I don't think they even had the conversation. You don't say I'm going to vacation.
No, they did. That's the whole thing about them. That's the whole thing. That's the thing about them.
Well, you know they did.
They made it. It was interviewed. She said they did. That was part of the deal before they got married. His deal with marrying Melinda before he married her was, I still got this girlfriend that I'm gonna still go out with once a year.
She never did an interview dispelling any type of details about her relationship.
Okay, I'll look it up, Dana. But that's what happened. I know you like to be disagreeable.
Like,
I know you like to be disagreeable, but that was the conversation that he had before he married her.
Please direct me to that interview.
And that was the conversation that Bill Gates had with Melinda Gates.
Reported out her mouth.
Okay, I know you believe that. So just eat your words when I show it to you.
No, you show it to me.
And that's pretty much where my threshold is. Because myself personally, I'm an over communicator. I would rather
I'm sorry. What she's not saying is, did she mention her friend who she was screwing?
She didn't have none. You can't have none. That's the whole point.
Women cheat. Okay, she was not. They didn't say nothing like that in public. So no.
Okay.
Please show me that video.
Goodness gracious.
That's pretty much
she's lying.
And that's pretty much where a lot of my threshold comes into this space, is when we're talking about high value men, right? And you mentioned earlier, high value men exploring their options versus cheating. That's pretty much where my threshold comes in, because I myself personally am an over communicator. I have been single for as long as I have because I've had plenty of conversations where it's like, hey, I do like you, but I need you to understand that this doesn't mean that we're about to be exclusive. And because of that has caused quite a few relationships to just be like, all right, well, this is where it ends. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would rather tell you that and you leave right when I tell you that, versus me trying to sneak and hide and play these games and trick and act like I'm not doing what I'm doing. And then my lady in the house talking about, I mean, I knew, but I ain't really said nothing to him because we ain't really. That's where my problem comes in. The information that I receive from some of these individuals when they talk about the disciplines they have, but they're not even willing to be honest at home. Now, if you have a conversation with your wife and you say, hey, look, I love you and everything, but I got the side joint on the side, and she accepts it, and then later on decides she's not ready for that, then that's y'all. But if you're walking into the situation and you're saying, no, it's just you, baby, I love you. Ain't nobody better than you. Ain't no way I would do that to you.
Right now, a lot of women don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Listen, hey, Art, I got another super chat. Hold on, I got another super chat. I got another super chat by my guy, RG Purdue. He's always giving us a super chat. He was talking about the Africa thing. He said they still do it in Africa, but only if they can equally take care of the woman that the chief will allow. Then the chief will allow it. He's talking about the polygamy. He's talking about the 4 wives, multiple, not just 2, but up to 4.
Right.
Having
if
they can take care of enough. Yep. And he hit me with a $20 super chat, so I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you to him for that. Make sure you hit me at superchat@shannonrawls.com for your gift card, bro. Appreciate you.
But I just want to say real quick with the cheating, like, I don't want to know. Don't tell me, because then I'm gonna have to be put with the decision: stay, go, accept, and don't put me in that predicament. I don't want to know. Just don't tell me. Do what you don't. What are you telling me for? Because first of all, what you trying to hurt my feelings? Like, just you never tell. So.
Hey, I appreciate you, Dana. I appreciate you, Hunter Watts. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so
I'm about
much.
to go to bed and pin my hair
I
up.
see you up here getting ready for bed in front of us. Getting ready for bed in front of us. Hunter Watts, he already bounced out. Okay, Hunter Watts, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro, for pulling up. Wait, what happened? Where'd Dana go? Dana, you still here, right? Everybody gone. God damn it. Switch the screen. Another one in the can, y'all. We got another one in the can. Women cheat more than men. It's facts. It is. I said I was going to be in the chat, but I never look at the chat. I need to get used to looking at the chat. I know you guys say some cool shit in the chat, and I don't pay attention. Oh, look at my man Frank Fawcett is here. Frank Fawcett is here, and he's coming with the receipts from the New York Post. And Miss Parker back to the basics is saying, yeah. I couldn't tell Dana. Dana's the kind of woman you can't tell her nothing. She's spicy. You can't tell Dana nothing. Thank you for the receipts, Frank. Dana, click the link. Dana, click the link. Frank brought it up. That's just one of many. I'm glad you were here. How you gonna just bounce and don't say bye? Listen, everybody. Did you guys like this video? Did you do that for your boy? Did you hit the thumbs up on the video? Hours per day, I do this. And I gotta find the time. Oftentimes I don't really have it, but I make time because this information got to get out. Did you see 100 watts pull up? And his pops pulled up. Shout out to his pops. Shout out to 100 watts. He pulled up, and he's basically saying, "Man, this information is important for me in his own development." 100 watts is self-aware. A lot of people aren't self-aware. He's self-aware. He knows that he's raising his seeds. He's getting ready to cross over into his 30s. He wants to make sure he's crossing over to his 30s, making the right decisions. And that's what these spaces are for. In fact, him and his pops have a podcast. They go live, or I'm not sure if it's live, but they certainly have a podcast once a week. So make sure you follow them, tap into them. This information is something that I didn't have when I was growing up. I wish I could have sat around when I was 20 and tap into a website called YouTube and listen to people talk about shit that would protect me from the pitfalls that I fell into in my 30s and 40s. But I didn't have that. I just had to scrape my knees up and bump my head. So that's why we have this. So are you guys at least giving me a thumbs up? Are you subscribed to the channel? Please subscribe to my channel. I have a goal. I'm trying to reach 5,000 subscribers by Thanksgiving. I'm having trouble making it to 2,600. I'm trying to get to 5,000. Can you guys share the channel? Can you share this video on your YouTube page? When people say, how do you share a channel? You can either share a channel or you can share just a video on your YouTube page. If you've seen a video you think is cool, you remember all your chats are available for people to read. Just put it on your YouTube channel. On your Facebook page. Just share it to your Facebook page. You don't got to put it on Instagram. It's hard to share shit over there anyway. But on your Facebook page, share it. Tweet it. Tweet it out. I really appreciate you guys. And thank you for the thumbs up. And thank you to everybody for the super chats. I really appreciate you guys. My guy Manosphere Algorithm is here. I wish he would have pulled up. I like MA. That's my guy with the mask. He's preparing to get his channel launched, and he's going to be out there giving some great information. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'll be back in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. Live again. I'm going live 7 days. You know what? I think I'm going to take Sundays off. I'm live every day. And on the weekend, we do Club 100, where we keep it 100. Club 100, where we keep it 100. We kind of like don't turn the cameras on. It's just our audio. We're right here live on YouTube. And we talk about hot topics of the week. I usually have 3 hot topics, but it's hard to even get past the first one because we talk so damn long. The first time I did Club 100 on Saturday, we went 6 hours. And I didn't even talk about the second 2 topics. We were on for one topic for 6 hours. It was spicy. The next day, I just said, let me just talk about one topic. And that's all we did for 4 hours. So Saturdays and Sundays, but I think I'm going to switch it to just Saturdays. It's Club 100. Since we ain't going out to nightclubs, come to Club 100. If you step up to the VIP, get yourself a VIP booth. Come into the VIP booth. That's coming up on the on stage when you cam up. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your super chats. Thank you so much for your financial support. Did you know that you can join the membership? I want everybody to join. The membership is $2.99. That's where it starts if you want to be an Army Reserve member. If you expect to be high value, this is for the fellas. If you expect to be high value, you don't have $2.99, you got a lot of work. You got a lot of work. In fact, you should probably really try to scrape up that $3 a month so you can get some of this information. Read the tiers, read the levels. I shoot videos specifically for the members. It's not available to the public. Like, for instance, if you go to my page And then if you go to my channel and you see the section called Raw Wisdom, it's not available to the public. You can't watch those videos. Only people that can watch those is the members. The only people that can watch the Raw Wisdom videos are the members. In addition to that, I'm having what is called BBM and BBW. I like my girls BBW. What is that? Be a better woman. Be a better man. It's where I take these particular topics that we talk about in public and we go in depth. And we also have our mastermind level. That's the special forces level. Those is the mastermind videos. That's for my people that get money. I talk about two ships, relationships that you see we talk about here. Women cheat more than men, facts. And then entrepreneurship. So that's the mastermind level stuff. If you're looking to make money, I do pretty well for myself. And I got a lot of game. I've been an entrepreneur for 2 decades now. If you want some of my tips and tricks, some of my secrets, step into that level. That's the mastermind level. And both full-time soldiers and mastermind, we have back channel chats on Group Me. We have a Group Me back channel chat where we talk direct all day long. You come up in there and we talking all day long. You have direct access to me. So please join as a member to my channel. I just started it. I was approved Sunday. So now we're just getting it started. People are signing up. I want you to sign up. If you're looking to be a better person, sign up. I'm going to have great info for you. And the more people that sign up, the more motivated I am to make it. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and thank you for liking this video. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. I will be back tomorrow with another topic. I got so many, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But you'll know because you'll get a notification, right? Because you hit the bell right next to the subscribe button. So you'll get notified as soon as I create the upcoming live video here at YouTube. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. Make love, have lots of sex. Get some good sleep tonight. I'll see you tomorrow.
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en él. Como que ella quiere disfruta la noche, lo anormal. Creo que el novio teme que su relación va a terminar. Se da cuenta que no necesita a alguien más. Quiere un selfie para su Instagram.
Frank Fawcett coming with the receipts. Hey!
Ella no quiere relación.
That's why I love me some Frank. Frank's my guy. Frank coming with the receipts. Dana, did you catch that?
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. No tiene sueños, solamente en sus sueños. Nos ponemos risueños con un norteño y mi flow brasileño. Yo te juro que es bueno, ya me doy el palo. Es empate si lo desigualo. Le gusta lo honesto y lo malo. Me traje un regalo. Ella ya no quiere relación. Alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, pa' después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos pibis que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta.
Lakeisha, you keep calling me sexy.
Esa mujer, esa mujer. Lo que
We're gonna start something. We're gonna start something that you ain't gonna be able to keep up with. Big Bad Bull. Big Bad Bull is in the house, y'all. It's always good to see you, bro.
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que ella parezca,
Thank you for watching. Follow Shannon Rawls everywhere. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow morning.